The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the final deadline stream of the season, Game Week 38. The first team leak is already out. Isak apparently starts. I've seen a random person say it. I've seen that little man's NUFC account say it, who has been wrong in the past, but is mostly right. I've also had a DM to say that Isak is back. Now, that DM was from someone who's mostly been correct, but they were wrong last time. Last time they said Wilson starts and he didn't. But it is looking pretty good for an Isak start, I would say, already. So, he's back. I'm assuming he's going to start. And I'm probably going to keep him unless we get any more information. So, my move is either going to be Palmer to Saka or Saliba to Ben White. I should probably do Palmer to Saka. But I think if I really want to chase 50k, I've probably got to do Saliba to Ben White. And then if I fall down further than 68k, so be it. So be it. The suit is out. I had at least 4 people mention the suit. So I thought I'd better put it on. Very questionable music. That's fine. You know, whatever music I play, someone will hate it. So just get over it. Semenyo or Kluivert? Semenyo. Cunha to Isak 3. Okay, so when you say something, it's basically Isak versus Trossard. I would say Isak if he's going to start. I don't think Trossard can be relied upon, to be honest. I think Bradley will probably start, yeah, but we don't know for sure. I think Trent will get minutes. I'll be very surprised if he's left out completely. Should I do a -8? Maybe. Probably not. 100% wearing jogging bottoms. No, I'm wearing shorts because it's too hot for joggers. Why am I wearing a suit? 'Cause it's Game Week 38. Why not? Kind of a tradition. Game Week 38. Sometimes the first stream of the season as well. Who do I think are good differential midfielders? Semenyo, Diaz, Minter, players like that probably. Do I fancy Diaz over Evan Nilsson transfer? Not massively, but honestly, why not? Why not? For Game Week 38, 1 week only, could Diaz outscore Evan Nilsson? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why do always on the final day most content creators wear a suit just for the formality of the situation? Yeah, I've just kind of always done it. I've done it for a long time. I think just everyone else also does it as well. It's just a thing. Game Week 1, Game Week 38. They're kind of the biggest deadline streams of the season, really. I mean, That's not strictly true, right? If you've got like a big double game week, in terms of views, that would probably be bigger. But game week 38 seems interesting. Saka to Palmer, what do you think? There's no way I would sell Saka if I had him. What was the team league? Was it yours? It wasn't. Isak starting, apparently. Isak is apparently starting. I'm sure that's what that little... Oh, I can't remember what his account's called now. Little Man's NUFC, is it? I can't find the bloody tweet now. I should have probably retweeted it. What is it? Someone will know the account I mean. It's like NUFC Little Man's or something like that. NUFC Little... I can't find it. The Little Man. Oh, the Little Man's. Oh, okay. So NUFC is just in his title. Oh, yeah, the Little Man. Yeah, okay. He said, I don't regard myself as an in-the-know account, just as a fan trying to make use of the contacts. Yeah, Isak starts, and he says a surprise player was in training yesterday. I think he's talking about Joe Linton, maybe. End of season review. Probably not going to do that in the headline stream, to be honest with you. There's probably too much other stuff going on than worrying about the season as a whole. First in mid-league by 15. 2 free transfers. Wood and Sarr to Evan Nilsson and Bowen, or De Bruyne and Sarr to Saka and Bowen, or Wood and De Bruyne to Evan Nilsson and Saka. Oh, God. Wood and Sarr. I mean, selling Wood and Sarr seems better than selling De Bruyne and Sarr. I think De Bruyne will start. I like Evan Nilsson and Bowen. Although you can get Saka and Bowen. I'd go Evan Nilsson and Bowen, I think. Play Raya or Kepa. I'm going to say Raya. It's super close, honestly. Leicester at home, Southampton away. I think Arsenal will definitely want that clean sheet. End of session. Thanks for all the content. Thank you very much for watching. Price changes section irrelevant now. I know I'm getting rid of that for next season. I'm not going to have it at all. I've already got plans to kind of mix the stream up a little bit. I don't think I'm going to have price changes because unless it's for the knee-jerk stream, it's not really all that relevant for most of the week. I don't think. I think there's more interesting info that can go up there. Maybe I'll have it for the knee-jerk stream, but not for the deadline stream, potentially. Maybe. I'm chasing 17 points. Should I captain Trossard? I really don't like Trossard as an option. Definitely not for captaincy. You can't even be sure he's going to start, right? How is Rice as a punt if I can't afford Saka? You don't have to go for an Arsenal player if you can't afford Saka. Like maybe Martinelli or Odegaard, but I just wouldn't. I'd probably look elsewhere. Bowen, although that's not a punt. Semenyo maybe. Diaz. I'd rather have Diaz than Rice, I think. On bench, 21 months. Thank you very much. On bench boost, Saliba to Kirkes or White. I'm going to say Ben White. It's super close. If you want Kirkes, you should just get Kirkes. But I'm going to back the Arsenal defence as I have done all season. That's also a reason part of me is tempted to... it's part of the reason I'm tempted to go Ben White, because it wouldn't be the first time I've backed against Saka and gone for Arsenal defence instead. So I'm tempted to do it one more time. But we'll see. We'll see which way I decide to go. Marmoush or Evan Nilsson? I mean, Evan Nilsson by a mile. Content plans after today. Wait until FPL launches again. I'm chasing 17 points. Who do I captain? Saka, maybe? Given Strand, Larson, Dance, would you start Cunha if no news comes in? Yes. Should I sell Chris Wood for Vissa for a hit? No. Who should I drop for Salah? Rodgers, Bowen in Burma, or Semenyo? I think that's easily Rodgers. Who should I triple captain? Salah, probably. Would you do double Newcastle defence, Tino and Burn, or start Nico Williams? I would start double Newcastle defence every day of the week. What does ITK mean? In the know. In the know. If someone's an ITK account, they're in the know. They've got like team leaks or whatever like that. Inside info, transfer news, whatever. Alex Dawson, 21 months. Thank you very much. Saliba, White, or Wood Welbeck for a -4. I wouldn't take a -4 for either, I don't think. But Saliba, White, I guess, because Chris Wood's fine this week. Should I sell Isak as I've got Vardy too? I'd probably sell Vardy, no? Out of the two. I think Isak's going to start anyway. So close to 450k subs. Not far off, but I mean, that's never going to happen today. That's a next season thing now. Can we hit 500k next year? Possibly. I suspect it's going to take 2 seasons, though. Diaz or Semenyo. I think Semenyo is better because it's Leicester, but I don't mind Diaz. I think Diaz will start. Your take on Saka triple captain and Trent starting. Saka triple captain, absolutely fine. Pretty decent, in fact. Trent starting, I don't see it. I don't see it. But it could happen. I wouldn't be shocked, put it that way. By the way, I'll probably say this towards the end of the stream when more people are watching, but I'm going to do a Game Week 38 watch-along this season. For anyone that's seen that before, I don't have the fancy graphics where it tracks all the scores and bonus points. So it'll just be this setup, basically. But I'm going to do the Game Week 38 watch-along, and I'm going to do a knee-jerk stream tonight as well. So 3 streams in total. I'm in a league with guys from Western Supermare. There's 2 of us in the top 1k. Who knew this town could produce such great FPL managers? Yeah, and then there's just me, who's like 68k. Potentially less, potentially even lower later when I don't buy Saka. I should do, let me just quickly alter this at the bottom, and I'll put my plans at the bottom. My plans, Saliba to White, bench Nico, or Palmer to Saka. That's basically it. There's nothing else I'm considering. 9 points behind in my mini league. Got triple captain left and thinking of Evan Nielsen. Okay, so I like Evan Nielsen this week. I really do. But I think 9 points behind, if you've still got your triple captain and they don't, I don't think you have to go different. I think if you think Salah is better than Evan Nielsen this week, which I personally do, I would just triple captain Salah. Because if he scored, let's say you're the person leading also captain Salah and doesn't have triple captain, Salah gets a brace, you're suddenly ahead just from Salah alone. So if you've got a few differentials as well, I don't think you need to go all in on Evan Nielsen. It's not to say he's bad, I just think Salah's better. That's all. Which team do you think might rotate heavily this week? Basically, any team that's got nothing to play for and is playing away from home especially could rotate heavily. But honestly, it's probably a case-by-case basis thing. Like, Spurs will rotate heavily because I suspect that a lot of their players are still drunk, or at least if they're not drunk, they're probably not in a position to play 90 minutes of football. I don't think Man United will rotate that much. I'm pretty sure Garnacho won't play, but I don't think that really matters for anyone, for FPL. Leicester might rotate, but again, it doesn't really matter. West Ham might rotate a few players, but, I wouldn't expect Wan-Bissaka or Bowen to be benched, for example. Palace, I wouldn't be surprised if Sarr misses out. Again, he probably will start, but it wouldn't be a complete shock if he missed out. Everton might rotate a little bit. That's probably about it. I don't think there's that much rotation today. There probably will end up being some. Like, we know Jack Grealish isn't in the squad, but again, it doesn't really matter because nobody owns him. Why captain Salah? Liverpool won the league. They don't have any motivation. I think they got a little bit of motivation. They're winning the title. They're getting the title today. Sorry. And also, Salah's got massive motivation. And I suspect some of the team will want to help him as well. He's chasing 3 records. I'm not sure whether one of the records is really that much of a thing, but people keep mentioning it to me. And also, he's going to play 90 minutes. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Salah plays more minutes than both Saka and Evan Nielsen today, even though he started 37 out of 37 games and there is nothing on the line for Liverpool. I think Salah's going to play 90 minutes once again, which is absolutely insane, by the way. I'm trying to protect a 32-point lead, but second place has bench boost and taken a -8. Now, if that 32-point lead doesn't already include the -8, i.e. it's a 40-point lead, you've won. All right, stop panicking. Not that you're panicking. Do I get rid of Haaland as a -4 for Salah captain Vista to protect the lead? 400 euro on the line. Seems like an okay move to me, yeah. Don't mind that. You've won, though, by the way. Enjoy that 400 euro. Start 2 out of Bradley, Vardio, Howson, Burn. Howson and... probably Bradley, but if you want to be sure of minutes, Howson and Burn, I think. Should there be no news, I'll go Isak and... There already is kind of news that apparently Isak's going to start, supposedly. Yeah. should I play Marmoush or Eze? I'd probably play Marmoush. Eze is more likely to start, but Marmoush has probably got the slightly better fixture. And should I play Rodgers or Welbeck? Definitely Welbeck if you've got him. One free transfer, Cunha, Visser to Welbeck or Canate to Kirkez. I think Visser and Cunha are probably both going to start. I suspect Canate will as well, but there's maybe more doubts. I'd probably do Canate to Kirkez. Start Marmoush or Rodgers. It's a tough one. Probably Rodgers for like guaranteed minutes, I suppose. Currently 100,798th rank. My moves are Saliba to White and Sarr to Martinelli -4 and tempted to sell Wood to Evan-Nielsen, but Wood seems low owned. I wouldn't be taking -8s, honestly. I'm not even sure I would have taken that -4, but it's done now. Alex, 90 months, thank you. Oh, thank you for all the content. Thank you very much for watching. Ahmed, 31 points up on my mini league. Congratulations, you've won. Rival got Salah Marmoush. I've got Eze Haaland. One free transfer for us. He'll likely do De Bruyne to Bowen. Teams are the same. Should I do a -8 to match him and block? I think he'll captain Salah. So you'll be 3 points ahead at that point, but he'll have no play. Yeah, I'd probably do it. I will just say, because a lot of people are going to have questions about blocking. Obviously, if you're not really worried about your overall rank, then yes. Like, I probably wouldn't be taking -8s if you're trying to climb the ranks. But if it's just for a mini league, go for it. Loz, £100. Wow, thank you very much. You definitely did not need to do that, but appreciated. Thanks for all the fun content this year. Appreciate it as always. Makes the game a lot more entertaining. Good luck today, or enroll on the pre-season draft review videos. My favourite content. That will be, there'll be lots of content in pre-season. Do not panic about that. I need to have a little bit of a think for next season, but generally it's not going to be anything you haven't seen before, that's for sure. But it kind of works, right? So why try and break it or why try and fix it if it's not broken? Happy Gameweek 38. Have 4.8 million. Need a new defender. Have triple Newcastle already. Who to get? Howson, Konza would block min league rival Wan-Bissaka. I don't think I would get Konza. Man United attack is terrible. I could see Man United scoring today. Maybe that's just blind faith or hope from my end. But I don't think it's going to be as easy for Villa as it's going to be for Brighton today. Put it that way. That's not to say Man United will win, but I'm just not convinced. But I think people have got it in their heads that like Villa are going to go and score 3 or 4 goals against Man United, and I'm not convinced it's going to be that high of a score. And I think Man United could score. So I think I would have to get Howson over Konza. Like, whatever you think about Man United away is not as good as Leicester at home. Surely. So I think I would go Howson. Or I'd even go Wan-Bissaka over Konza, I think. Which combination is the idea between Marmoush and De Bruyne versus Mbeumo and Visser? I'd probably rather go Mbeumo and Visser because you get guaranteed penalties and they'll both start. Which I know sounds crazy, but I think it's fair. Hit for Salah, sell Haaland or Diaz for free. It depends how much you want to captain Salah, I think. I don't mind selling Haaland for Salah captain for a -4. I probably wouldn't do it, but I don't mind it. So if you can get Diaz and captain someone else that you're happy with, that's probably the better move. Should I do Haaland and Elanga for Salah and Evan-Nielsen? If it's for free, I don't mind that. I think any move to get Salah is probably good. Milenkovic to Ben White for a -4. No, I would just play Milenkovic. Should I triple up on an Arsenal defence because no one knows who's going to start in attack except Odegaard, or should I bring in 1 or 2 attackers? Depends who you're selling. What I mean by that is if you've got, I know you probably wouldn't have this, right? But just an extreme example. Let's say you've got Wan-Bissaka and double Bournemouth defence. Leicester at home twice plus Ipswich away. Then you probably make attacking moves. If your attack's good but your defence is rubbish, make the defender moves. I suspect that Saka Martinelli will start. It's the number 9 I'd be less sure about. Yoro, 20 months, thank you very much. Am I going to watch/follow the Club World Cup? I've got to be honest, at this point in time, I've got zero interest really, or close to zero. Because it's new, I don't know. Like if this was a Euros or World Cup year, like proper World Cup, not Club World Cup, I'd already be looking forward to watching England, like right now. Club World Cup, not really, but if I'm sat at home and there's nothing on and it's on, I'll probably watch it. And I think some of the clubs will probably take it quite seriously, which will make it better to watch. But I think overall, we don't need more football, I don't think. Which I know sounds stupid to say, but I think a lot of people would agree with that. De Bruyne, but yes, I'll probably watch some of it. I won't be watching it. World Cup or Euros, if I'm in, I'll just watch every game that's on that day. I don't see me doing that for the Club World Cup, but you never know. There's going to be players and teams I've never, ever watched before. De Bruyne and Iwobi to Bowen and Trossard -4. Probably not. I don't think De Bruyne out for a -4 is needed, really. If you want to do it, I wouldn't buy Trossard. Am I the only one that thinks Trossard is a bit risky this week? Like, Marino could just play number 9. Start 2, bench 1, Rodgers, Welbeck, Schade, chasing overall rank. I'd probably bench Rodgers out of those. You've got to play Welbeck. And then Schade's probably a little bit lower owned than Rodgers, I would assume. Sit out, thank you. CD, mate and I have decided to forget rank and have a 1-week free hit showdown. Nice. Has your free hit team changed much from the one in your video? The honest answer is I've not thought about it because I'm not on free hit. But probably not massively because there's been no injuries. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid team. Again, I really want to reiterate this for Game Week 38, and this is for people like not necessarily free hitting, just in all. I don't think you should necessarily make decisions in Game Week 38 massively differently to how you do it for the rest of the season. It's not like all of a sudden fixtures don't matter or player quality doesn't matter, but it is just 1 week, right? Anything can happen. That doesn't mean that I think you should captain Rodgers instead of Salah, but if you wanted to go for Diaz instead of Semenyo, or you wanted to go for Kluivert instead of Semenyo, or whatever it is, for 1 week, like who knows what could happen. Martinelli instead of a Bournemouth midfielder for 1 week, that's absolutely fine. If it was, I don't know, let's say, I can't think of a good, I'm not going to be able to think of a good example, but for 1 week, if it's a good player with a good fixture, it's probably fine. What I mean by that is for the free hit question, if you want to go for a couple of different players, do it. That free hit I've selected is not necessarily the perfect one, but I think it's pretty solid. Thanks for the content, Up the Blazer. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Konza to Ben White and play Marmoush, or Marmoush to Evan Nielsen and play Konza. So Ben White and Marmoush, or Evan Nielsen and Konza. I think I'd prefer Evan Nielsen and Konza. I think Marmoush will start, but I guess there's always a slight risk. I've got triple captain Salah, Bowen, or Mbeumo. I'm swaying towards Bowen and Mbeumo. I would triple captain Salah. I think he's the best captain this week. Sarr to Diaz, but I mean, they're all good. Mbeumo feels a bit... Boring's not a great word because he is always a solid option, but I just don't know if this is the week that I would captain Mbeumo over other players that have got, like, you know, Salah against Palace at home, who might rotate a little bit. Bournemouth against Leicester. Bowen's got Ipswich. I don't think I would go for Mbeumo this week. Not that he's bad. Sarr to Diaz, no Salah. Diaz home form is great. I think Diaz is a really worthwhile punt to consider. It's going to be difficult to know most Liverpool player minutes, but I think Diaz will start. It's just about how long he stays on the pitch for. Ben, thank you. Milenkovic or Konate, De Bruyne or Saka. Konate and Saka, I think, is pretty easy. There is some maybe slight doubts about Konate's minutes, but I think he'll be fine. Isak and Schade to Havertz and Bowen. I don't think you can buy Havertz without a leak, honestly. And I think Isak will probably start. That's the word that's coming out. Take a -4 from Timber. And Eze to Bowen and Wan-Bissaka. If you've got another defender you can play instead, I wouldn't take the -4. Eze to Bowen is good. If you need the money from Timber to Wan-Bissaka, fair enough. Thanks for the content over the season. Would transfer Palmer to Saka or Wood to Evan Nielsen, leading mini league by 7 points, captain on Salah. Honestly, I think Palmer and Evan Nielsen is better than Wood and Saka, but I think for most people, it will probably be a more pleasant Game Week 38 if you just sell Palmer. Because if it gets through 30 minutes of that game and Palmer's done nothing, like it's just going to feel inevitable. It's just another one of those weeks for him. I'm probably going to keep him. I've got a feeling I'm going to end up keeping Palmer and just buying Ben White. I can just feel it now. Okay, where do we get to? So many questions. It's busy. Who would have thought in Game Week 38? Start Kepa or replace Ederson with Raya -4. That can't be serious, surely. Kepa's got Leicester at home. What would you take? I don't even understand that at all. Like, I mean, you could almost make a case to play Kepa over Raya in the first place, even if you own both. Should I switch Watkins to Isak? Probably not. I suspect there's probably a better transfer you can make in your team. Best attacker in Brighton, probably Welbeck. Evan Nielsen over all of them. Yeah, I think Evan Nielsen's great this week. I'd probably go for him over Welbeck, I think. Joshua, 54 months. Thank you very much. Great season. Thank you. Isak. Oh, hope maybe it's your season, not mine. Isak and Bowen or Saka and Welbeck. Ooh, I think Saka and Welbeck. I think is. I don't know. Isak and Bowen is like if they both start, it's probably the better combo. But I really like Saka and Welbeck. I'm 5 points off 5k. Captain Saka or Salah. I do think Salah is better this week. So I'd probably just do that. Like 5 points is nothing. That could come from other players. If you think it's a close call, then maybe just go Saka because he will be lower owned. But I think I would go Salah and just hope that everything else pays off. Like 5 points is nothing, right? You can get that from anything. This week so far, transfers in. Saka's 293k, which is quite big. But, you know, Watkins has had more transfers in that. I think Saka's going to be somewhat of a differential this week, I think. I think his effective ownership is going to be under 100, I think. Like top 100k. So if you want to push it, go Saka. De Bruyne to Saka, play Eze, or Mateta to Welbeck, bench Eze. I'd probably rather have Welbeck and De Bruyne than Saka and Eze, I think, just about. Start Rodgers or Murphy. See, if Murphy starts because Trippier's not in the team, he's playing as a wing-back again, isn't he? More likely than not. I'd probably go Rodgers. But if Murphy was starting in one of those more attacking positions, and he has been quite attacking from wing-back as well when he's played there, Everton at home is the better fixture. It should probably be Murphy. The reason I love Rodgers is because he's going to play 90 minutes. Bench Vissa, Semenyo, Rodgers, Isak, De Bruyne, or Mbeumo. I think that would have to be Rodgers for me. Thanks for all the content this season. Thank you very much for watching it. 2 points behind in mid-league. Should I start either Sarr or Murphy? Probably Murphy. There is a chance Sarr could get benched. If you've got a spare transfer, get Semenyo, but I wouldn't take a hit for it. Kirkez or Wan-Bissaka? Kirkez. Who is more likely to get into an attack and return? Kirkez. Mostly because he's got an easier fixture as much as anything else. Would you take a hit to transfer Munoz, Sarr, and Sleeper out? Playing my bench boost? Yes. Yeah. For bench boost, I would be more willing to take hits this week. 3 points top and mid league with triple captain on. Do I transfer out Haaland and a Palace midfielder for Salah captain and Isak Vissa -4, or get Bowen Saka captain? Second will captain Salah. Again, I think I would get Salah. Like the 4 points will take you 1 point behind, but your triple captain will sort that, I think. I think I'd be tempted to do it. Eze and Ben White versus Semenyo, Clivert plus Nico Williams. Eze and Ben White. Probably the Semenyo, Clivert, one Semenyo. Got 2 free transfers. Sell Marmoush for Evan Nielsen or Saliba for White for my first transfer. For my second transfer, Sarr for Semenyo or Martinelli. Probably Semenyo for me, but Martinelli's good. And then probably Saliba for White because Marmoush might play. Sarr and Isak to Semenyo and Watkins or Bowen and Welbeck. Or I like Bowen and Welbeck. Welbeck's quite a differential this week. The safe choice is probably Semenyo and Watkins, but I like Bowen and Welbeck. There's another great season. Bench. Oh, thanks for another great season. Again, thanks for watching. Bench Wood or Asensio. Ooh. I mean, Asensio might be on penalties as well. Wood will definitely be on penalties. Asensio's minutes are probably a little bit risky generally. I think apparently, I thought Tielemans was out for the season, but apparently he could be in the squad. I don't think he's going to start though. So that maybe puts Asensio. I think I would start Chris Wood. He's going to play the whole game, isn't he? Pretty much. As for Zoji, again, I always say your name right every month, and I probably mispronounce it every month, so I'm going to apologise again. I got on bench Sarr, Munoz, and Timber. Bring Kirkez or Share for Timber. I'd probably go Kirkez to have player if Isak doesn't play, or replace Isak. I think Isak will play, so I'd probably get Kirkez in and play him. He must be better than one of your defenders. Thank you for the content. 3 points lead in min league. No Salah and Bowen. Isak to Welbeck for a -4. I wouldn't take Isak out for a -4. I probably wouldn't captain Diaz either, unless you haven't got a better option. I'd probably keep Palmer in that case. Like for 1 week only, Palmer's okay up against Diaz, I think. But it depends who else you want to captain. Palmer and Vissa to Salah and Evan Nielsen for a -4. I probably wouldn't do that, but I think it's okay if you want to captain Salah. Or Palmer, De Bruyne, and Watkins to Salah, Saka, and Evan Nielsen -8. No, I don't think so. Captain Bowen, Evan Nielsen for a punt. I'd probably go Evan Nielsen, but that is honestly super close. I also like Saka as a punt for captain. Sell Haaland for Salah with a -4. I don't hate it. I think if you've got Saka and Haaland, for example, I'd probably just captain Saka and keep Haaland rather than take a -4. But if you want if you want thingy, Salah, then go for it, obviously. Palmer to Saka for -4. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not even sure I'm going to do it for free. But I think Vardy plays as a centre-back today. That's a good question. He didn't last game, right? It was Akanji played. Presumably Akanji will just play again. So I'm going to say yes, he probably will be a left-back, but I don't know how much confidence I can have in that, really. I think De Bruyne will start, yeah. I don't think the farewell and stuff matters. I think they just need to win. And I think he will play because of that. Foden's just not in a great place right now. We know Grealish is not going to start. So who else would even play? I say that, right? He could play Marmoush, as a second striker to Haaland or something like that and play like Savinho and Doku. But I just don't see it. Doku hasn't been starting much. But it is Pep, right? You just never know. I think De Bruyne will start. Rank best to worst. Bowen, Eze, Wood, Evan Nielsen. Evan Nielsen, Bowen, Wood, Eze. 8 points off 50k, 1 free transfer. Moyes, assistant manager to Iraola or Pereira. Pereira's got table bonus, right? Oh, wait, does he? I think he does. I think Pereira's got table bonus. Yeah. Iraola should win against Leicester. I'd be tempted to take the table bonus, honestly. Last game. 8 points off 50k. Oh, it's a tricky one because having assistant manager active in itself is probably enough just to get 50k. So maybe go Iraola. I expect Bournemouth more likely to beat Leicester than Wolves to beat Brentford. But honestly, I think I would take the table bonus. I think that's a good... it's not like you're backing a Leicester or an Ipswich. I think I would do it. Table bonus. Go for it. If not, Iraola or Arteta is absolutely fine. Ben, thank you. Do I think Havertz will play? He'll definitely get minutes. I don't know about a start, though. It's too risky. Canate, Vardiol. Canate, probably. Rogers, Murphy, Rogers or Murphy? Murphy, I think, if he's going to start. -4, Wood to Isak, probably not. Robert, 24 months, thank you very much. Hit the 2-year mark. That means you must have signed up in Gameweek 38 2 years ago. It's an odd time to sign up, but thank you very much. Although you can let it lapse and then go back, so maybe not. Either way, thank you. Bench one of Mbermo, Salah, Asensio, Bowen, Odegaard, chasing. Asensio, probably. Yeah, I think Bowen, Salah, and Burma. I don't think you can bench them. Odegaard's got Southampton. I think you have to play him, to be honest with you. Yes, Isak starts apparently. Time should we start expecting good leaks? Closer to the deadline, right? Pretty much. Rogers and Kirkes / White or Evan Nielsen and Konza. Oh, probably Evan Nielsen and Konza, I think. Is Fancy Ed reliable? I think he got some Newcastle. He's a Newcastle fan. I don't know if he's got lots of leaks, but possibly, yeah. I've seen Isak starting in multiple places now, honestly. So I think he probably does start. I'm taking it as a given, by the way. I'm not going to sell Isak at this point. I've actually had a DM off someone who's been. I said this at the start of the stream. I've had a DM off someone. That says Isak is back, confirmed. Didn't say start, but if he's back, he's going to start, right? But they have been wrong last time. That's the only thing that slightly worries me. Yeah, we'll see. There is someone else that told me Isak wasn't starting in game week 37 before you all lynch me, right? I kept Isak. I got that news well after the deadline. So there is someone else that's potentially reliable, but they've not messaged today. So I don't know. Because had they messaged me before game week 37, I would have taken Isak out last week. I found out a little bit before that game. Looking very smart in your Sunday best. Oh my god, so yeah. Well, actually, I won't get into that. Let's just keep it. Let's just keep it on FPL. Oliver, 5 months. Thank you. Saliba and De Bruyne to White and Saka for a -4. I think it's hard to justify the -4, honestly. unless you really want to captain Saka. So probably just the Saliba move. FPL Victoria's Secret, winning mini league but chasing 7 points with top 50k. Go Welbeck instead of Evan Nielsen. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Is De Bruyne to Saka worth a -4 if we get news that Saka starts? I don't think so, unless we get news that De Bruyne doesn't start. De Bruyne, Isak to Salah, Evan Nielsen -4. Can't do it in one move. I'm not sure I like it all that much, but if you really want Salah, which I completely get, then go for it. Cup final, assistant manager Emery. Attack is De Bruyne, Salah, and Burmo, Shard, and Murphy, Wood, Marmouche, Watkins. 1 free transfer, -4. Opponent has De Bruyne, Salah, Roger. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to be able to just process what you're all that and figure out. I almost need to see it side by side. But you've got assistant manager, they don't, right? I mean, what do you need what -4 are you thinking of doing? It depends what the -4 is, right? But assistant manager, if they've got no chips active, that's worth something. Cup final? No, I don't think I've ever been in a cup final. Play Wood or Rogers? Wood. Have another Oops, have another £5. Thank you very much. I'll take another one as well. 13-point lead with Salah, triple captain. No Saka or Bowen. Thinking Wood to Evan Nielsen with my 1 free transfer. Visser and Watkins, my other attackers. Seems fine to me. Yeah. Obviously, I don't know what the rest of your midfield is, where maybe Saka or Bowen transfer might be better. Like, Wood is fine this week, but Evan Nielsen's better in my opinion. Sata, Semenyo, Wood. Oh, sorry. Sata, Semenyo, Wood to Welbeck. 3 points behind in mini-league. Both good moves. I think, again, Chris Wood is okay this week, but if you've got nothing else to do, I think it's also okay to transfer him out. Palmer to Bowen. Yeah, and either Isak to Evan Nielsen or Sarr to Saka -4. I don't think I would take him. Oh, okay. I think I would probably do. I feel like I would do none of them. Can you not move Sarr to someone cheaper? Have Visser, Wood, Salah, and Burmo, Rodgers in midfield, defense, Livramento, Vardy, Konza. I mean, I would just do Palmer to Bowen if you want to do that. And bench Sarr if you can. Or just sell Sarr to like Semenyo. I don't like the -4 Palmer to Bowen, to be honest. Or Isak to Evan Nielsen. Just to fund Saka. Unless you really want to captain Saka, I don't like either. If you really want to do it, then I would sell Palmer before Isak. Bowen, Saka, Salah, Eze, Welbeck, Evan Nielsen, Watkins. Who should replace in Burma? I really want to play him. But Eze. I think fairly straightforward. Ollie, you've helped me win my mini league this season. Nice, as long as I don't bottle a 100-point lead. I think you might be right. So here's a random super chat for you. Looking forward to next season. Thank you very much. I'm also looking forward to next season. I'm looking forward to the break, but then I'll be looking forward to next season. Saka for Sarr or Isak for Haaland, and who's captain? Saka for Sarr, and I captain Saka. Can't get to Semenyo. Okay. If Isak and Saka start, sell Sarr to Minter or Gruder or Tavernier. Which one do you prefer? Minter, I think. If Isak is out, then Isak to Welbeck. Yeah, probably Minter. How can I raise 98 points difference without any chips? You probably have to come back next year, I'm afraid. Haaland and Sarr to Welbeck and Saka, or Mateta and Sarr to Welbeck and Diaz, then bench Rodgers. Probably the one that keeps Haaland, I think. Why not? Oh, Saka though, Saka. Yeah, probably the one that keeps Haaland, if you've got Salah captain. Up 16 points in mini-league, and second place has Bowen and Watkins. Do I do De Bruyne to Saka, Isak to Evan Nielsen, or Sarr to Bowen? Or Isak to Watkins? You probably do Sarr to Bowen, I think. Top 4K, very nice. Congratulations. Captain Sharda, Kukure, or Evan Nielsen? Evan Nielsen. Would you replace Eze with Rodgers? Or rather replace one of my strikers being Wood and Marmouche with another striker option? I wouldn't... If that's a transfer, Eze to Rodgers... I mean, I would do Wood or Marmouche to Evan Nielsen, probably. I wouldn't sell Eze to Rodgers, if that's the question. Or I don't know if it's a transfer question or you've already got them in your team. Blank check, top 3 midfielders to bring in this week. Salah, Saka, and Bowen, probably. I'd still, honestly, there is still part of me that wants to kind of back Palmer a little bit, just because of what he's capable of. But I've said that like every week for about 10 weeks now. So it is starting to look a little bit stupid, I'll be honest. I just realised I've still got Phoenix on. I'm going to turn that off. Odd, new member, thank you very much. Wonder, thank you. Isak to Evan Nilsson, Ishmael, Sarr to Martinelli, Semenyo. If you can afford to do Sarr to Martinelli, Semenyo, I would just do that. I think Isak will start. If that's for a hit, I wouldn't do it. If it's for free, fair enough. Thanks, been following you since 2020, 2021. Thank you very much. Long time. Anyone been following for longer than that? Cunha to Evan Nilsson if no leaks. Yes, if you've got no other issues, yeah, I think selling Cunha to Evan Nilsson's fine. I'd rather have Evan Nilsson this week. That helps. Is there a prize breakdown for your sleeper picks, pick'em leagues winners? I've just been doing weekly ones rather than season-long ones. I've just been doing the giveaways every week, basically. Yeah, if you want to join for Game Week 38 Sleeper, there's a link in the description below. There's another £50 Amazon voucher up for grabs just for Game Week 38 predictions. But obviously there's no deadline stream next week, so I'll just do the draw on the knee-jerk stream instead because it's pretty quick to process everything. Should we be wary of Southampton parking the bus again? Probably not. Really. Like Arsenal are a pretty good team. Business Cat is closing on following me for 10 years. Wow. 10 years. That's a long time. I feel for you. Been here since the Shane Long foot card. Oof, long time. I've still got that somewhere in the house. Not sure where, but it's here somewhere. Mohammed, 26 months, thank you. Bench boost, 2 free transfers, Saliba to White, Eze to Saka, Isak to Evan Nilsson -4. I wouldn't do the Isak to Evan Nilsson -4. I would do the other moves. If you can't afford Saka without the Isak move, maybe you could justify it, yeah. Otherwise, just sell Eze to someone else. Eric, new member, thank you. Phil with an F. Chasing 20 points for top 1k. Yeah, he's probably done, to be honest. Mateta to Gakpo, okay. Also thinking De Bruyne to Martinelli -4 and cap. Honestly, if you want a differential captain, don't take the hit. Just captain someone you've already got, I think. I don't like a -4 to bench Rodgers to captain Martinelli. Like 20 points is already going to be difficult enough, not before you put yourself 24 points behind. Bench one of Nico Williams, Vardy or Konate. Probably Nico Williams. Transfer Wood out for Visser or Welbeck. Another great season. I'm 17 points ahead. Would you go Saka for free from Palmer just to cover his? And would you do Mikalenko to Livramento -4? No -4. Palmer to Saka to block is absolutely fine. 23 ahead in my mini league. Second place has Visser and Salah. Should I do Haaland to Visser and Sharda to Salah for -4 and captain? Yeah, that's a nice block for me. Thanks for this year. Thank you very much. 12 points off top 10k. Salah captain and Marmoush to Evan Nilsson. Salah captain. And Marmoush to Evan Nilsson or Eze to Semenyo for free. Or take a hit and also do De Bruyne to Saka captain. I'm not sure about the hit, to be honest. I think Marmoush and Semenyo is probably better than Evan Nilsson and Eze, but Eze will probably start. That's the thing. Marmoush, there is some doubts there, right? I'm going to say Evan Nilsson and Eze. I do think Liverpool will be strong today. Saliba to Cher or White. I'm going to say White, but Cher's good. Or play Munoz, bench Saliba and sell De Bruyne to an Arsenal midfielder. Or keep De Bruyne and sell Marmoush to Welbeck. I think I'd rather go the defender move in your case to Ben White. Mohamed, thank you. De Bruyne, Ryan, thank you. De Bruyne to Mo, captain Mo. De Bruyne to Mo, captain Mo and play Sarr. Or Beto / Sarr to Saka, captain Saka and play De Bruyne. I think not having to play Sarr and getting Saka captain and playing De Bruyne is probably better if I've read that right. Mohamed, 2 months, thank you. Start Sarr and Nico Williams or Konate and bench both. Start Sarr and Nico Williams or Konate and bench both. I'd probably start Sarr over Nico Williams, maybe Konate over both, yeah? Sarr could start, though. I'm only slightly worried about Sarr because he played last week, but I think he probably plays. Sarr to Semenyo for free transfer or Sarr and... Is that Marmoush to Bowen and Evan Nilsson for a hit? Who is better this game week, Bowen, Semenyo? Probably Bowen. But I would just do Sarr to Semenyo and save the hit. Kirkez, Marmoush or 8 Nuri, Evan Nilsson will be -4. Kirkez, Marmoush, probably just about. 8 points back in my league. Sharda to Saka for a hit. If you really want to captain him, sure, but I would try and limit the hits if possible. 11 behind top 1k. De Bruyne to Saka captain. Yes, I like Saka differential captain. Marmoush to Evan Nielsen -4. Probably not. Start Sharda or Eze. Sharda. Is Diaz 100% starting? I mean, I can never say 100%. If so, expected minutes 75-ish to 80. Hopefully. Maybe less. Maybe won't start. But he probably will start. I'd be a little bit surprised if he doesn't. Diaz to Rice or Trossard. I'd probably just keep Diaz, but if you have to get one, Rice is the only one I'm fairly sure will start out of the two. I think Trossard's getting benched today. Does anyone think different? Trossard to Bowen or Marmoush to Evan Nielsen. If all four of those players start, I would do Marmoush to Evan Nielsen because Trossard's got Southampton, but I'm not sure he will, so I'd probably get rid of him. Evan Nielsen or Welbeck, who do you prefer? Evan Nielsen, but if you really want a differential, go Welbeck. Chase him in mini league with a gap of 12 points. Should I transfer out De Bruyne for Saka or Semenyo, Clive at Barnes? Saka, I think. But a lot of it depends on who the person you're chasing your mini league has. Would you bench Palmer for Sharda just to block? I mean, I think Palmer's better, so I'd probably just play Palmer in that case. If Palmer is the only differential to their Sharda, then yes, just get Sharda because then you know it's done. But I suspect there's other differentials, so I'd probably play Palmer. Best 7 million or less midfielder, I would probably go Semenyo, I think. 14 months, by the way, thank you. Play Kanate or Konza. Kanate for me. Watkins, Isak, Cunha, swap which one for Evan Nielsen? Probably Cunha. I think he's probably the one I'm most worried about minutes for right now. Just hoping Isak starts. Griffiths, start Rodgers or Murphy? I think Murphy, but Rodgers is the guaranteed minutes. But I think Murphy. 1 free transfer, 1.6 million back. Can either sell for Bournemouth, Clive, I'd go Semenyo, or Arsenal mid Rice. I'd go Semenyo. Or should I sell Sells for any non-Newcastle goalkeeper? Nah, I'd probably just get Semenyo. 25-month member from Vietnam. Very nice. Ruben Diaz or Wan-Bissaka? Wan-Bissaka, I think. Diaz captain locked for me. Another wild punt that will mostly backfire. Have to give you a chance. 1 point behind. Yeah, there's part of me that's thinking that for like myself. Am I thinking about keeping Palmer and getting Ben White just to double down on the differential? I don't know. Chasing 6 points in my mini league. Okay. Sarr to Martinelli, Semenyo. Sarr to Martinelli. Or Saliba to White. Salah captain teams are very similar. I mean, it depends what other defender you'd be playing if you don't do the Ben White move, but probably Saliba to White. Midfielder for 6.6, thinking Martinelli or Semenyo. Both good. I would go Semenyo. They're both good. 8 points chase. Ruben for Saliba. Gibbs White for Sarr. I wouldn't buy Ruben Diaz this week. I would get Kirkes or an Arsenal defender. Gibbs White I also wouldn't buy. I'd rather go Semenyo if you can afford him, to be honest. Gibbs White's fine, but Leicester at home is better than Chelsea at home, right? If no leaks, Wood to Evan Nielsen or Murphy for Semenyo. I'd rather have Wood and Semenyo than Evan Nielsen and Murphy, I think. But again, like I'm not trying to like sit on the fence or give myself a get out clause. But honestly, it's super close. 1 week only, it could go either way. So if you've got a preference, go with that. The graphics with price changes might be useful for next week. Yes, other people have already pointed that out. In fact, do you know what? I can actually get rid of them. I can actually just stop it. Stop people complaining about it. Hang on. Let me just put that back. And that back. There you go. Price change is gone now. Are the transfers incorrect, though? I think they are, yeah. Roughly. Ish. Close to ish. Saliba to White, Sarr to Martinelli, Semenyo -4. I probably wouldn't take a -4. So if you've got a decent defender you can play, just do the Sarr move. If not, do the White move. 4 points down on my mini league. Captain Bowen, Evan Nielsen or Salah. Only differentials Evan Nielsen, so I could consider him. Also bench Isak or Wood. I'd bench Wood. If the rest of your team is the same, then you're going to have to go different captain, so I would probably go Evan Nielsen. If you've got like a really small gap to defend or chase, and there's a few differentials, I wouldn't necessarily also go differential captain, unless you're also pretty confident they will score points. 40 plus, do I -4 for 2 of Palmer, Sarr, Mateta out for others? If that's a 40-point lead, then probably, yeah. Why not? Thanks for another season of great content. Thank you for another season of watching and allowing me to do this for another season. Hopefully, at least one more season. Shard and Marmouche or Bowen Evan-Nielsen for a -8. Probably just Shard and Marmouche. Yeah, I wouldn't be taking -4s, -8s. Where did I get my suit from? I can't actually remember. I've had it a long time. I've had it taken in a few times. Rather than buy a new suit, I keep going back to the same place to get it taken in. How much do I think Salah's starting price? I think he'd be 14. I think he's got to be 14 next year. Like they set the precedent with Haaland this year. Salah's got to be 14. Make it interesting. 138,000 selling Salah. Oof. Would you do Marmouche and Savinho to Evan-Nielsen and Odegaard? Yes. Straight away. 18 months, thank you very much. Would you sack it for Palmer for -4? Probably not. Will, 21 months, thank you. 1 free transfer, Isak to Evan-Nielsen or De Bruyne to Saka? De Bruyne to Saka. Your defense looks okay to me. I'd probably do De Bruyne to Saka out of those. Sells / Vardy to Kepa / Evan-Nielsen bench Murphy -4. I wouldn't -4, no. I wouldn't change the goalkeeper. You can do Vardy to Evan-Nielsen, I would just do that. Will I be putting in Saka? I honestly, I really think I'm going to go the Ben White route and keep Palmer and just let everyone moan at me later today. I'm going to have 2 hours in the watch long of people telling me I should have got Saka and then an hour for the knee jerk telling me the same thing. I can see it now. I don't wear suits that often though, so I've had like 2 weddings in the last 2 years. I got one more like next year in the summer, so that's it. I'm quite glad I don't have to wear suits all the time. I'm much more of a joggers and t-shirt kind of guy. Evan-Nielsen in for a -4 or start Wan-Bissaka in a 4-4-2. I'd probably start Wan-Bissaka, start Beto or Elanga. Elanga, I think. I think if Everton are going to make some changes up front, this is the week to do it, right? Nothing to play for. Haaland and midfielder to, whereas Forest have got everything to play for. Haaland and midfielder to Evan-Nielsen and Salah, or midfielder to Semenyo. If you can do it for free, I get Salah probably. Transfers no issue. Saka or Haaland essential. Neither are essential, but I'd prefer Saka this week. Buy Saka or Bowen if protecting overall rank. Bowen's got higher ownership, but I'd be tempted to get Saka, to be honest. But if it's purely for effective ownership, then get Bowen. Sharda to Semenyo, yeah, nice move if the rest of the team looks good. Nothing wrong with that at all. Finally, you're doing a watch long. I don't know. Has it been 1 or 2 seasons since I did a watch long? I think it might be 2. Onana doesn't start. Oof. Honestly, I don't want to talk about Man United. I don't want to talk about it. There's too much to say, and this is not the time. Eze to Saka or Gordon? Saka for me. If you had every chip available, which would you use and how? Well, I'd free hit probably. I did free hit on the last video if you want to check it. Yeah, you wouldn't bench boost, right? Because you haven't set up for it. Triple captain is not worth as much as free hit. I mean, arguably the team's pretty good this week, so maybe triple captain is better, but I'd probably free hit because I could definitely make some upgrades. No, what am I on about? I would definitely free hit. Or wildcard, it'd be the same thing. Oh, Onana, Aston Villa, not Man United. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Where have you seen that? Well, who's leaking Onana for Villa? I mean, I guess it's not all just about FPL. You know, there are Villa fans that probably just care about trying to get Champions League, not their FPL points. Makes sense. How much time do you spend reading up on football during the week to be prepared for this? I'll be honest, I don't read that much in general. I don't know. You kind of just I watch football, don't I? Like I listen to podcasts, check Twitter. Like I know what's going on. Like I don't know. Actually, reading up probably not much. You just I don't know. I don't know. I don't sit down and specifically read to get ready for a deadline stream. You just kind of I don't know, figure stuff out during the week. I don't really have a process for it. Neto / Murphy to Semenyo or Konza Diaz to White. I'd change the midfielder, I think. Oh, Onana United, not Villa, someone's saying. Am I wearing pants? I'm wearing shorts. Tally Beaver, thank you very much. -4 worth it for Bowen. Depends who you're selling, but probably not. Bowen to Saka will take a -4. I wouldn't -4 either Saka or Bowen out. No. Martinelli or Trossard. I'm going to say Martinelli. I think his minutes are a little bit more secure. I could be wrong about that, but again, that's how I feel about it. Heaven starts for Man United. Where are you seeing this, by the way? Who's leaking the Man United team? I got a lot of high hopes for Heaven in that Man United defence. I think he's looked pretty good, but obviously not that many matches. He's still very young, so it's hard to know for sure. But yeah, Heaven, Euro. Things are looking up for Man United. Maybe they'll be back next year. Sarr to Odegaard, Bowen, Wood to Evan-Nielsen -4. I wouldn't take the -4. Moving Sarr on seems good. De Bruyne to Saka or Sarr to Clive at Semenyo. Probably Semenyo. Like De Bruyne and Semenyo versus Saka and Sarr. I think De Bruyne Semenyo is better. One free transfer, Marmoush to Vissa or Welbeck. Defending in your mini league. Well, if you're defending, get whichever player your mini league owner has, right? If they've got both, get Welbeck. But if not, get Vissa. Should I do Diaz and Isak from Sarr and Mateta -4? I don't hate that -4. I still don't think most people need a -4. I don't mind that one. 30 points behind, my opponent won't captain Salah, should I? I mean, that's the biggest differential you've got. You're not going to get 30 points anyway, unfortunately, but why not? Worth taking a -8 for Burma, Evan-Nielsen and Kivior. Probably not, but it depends who you're selling. No, I don't think Man United will be in a relegation fight. I think that's probably hope from non-Man United fans a little bit too much. But as I said the other day, they're not a top 6 team anymore. I think mid-table is probably the level they're at the moment with the way they're playing. And so, at the moment, I would say going into next season, Man United top half is, unfortunately, unless the performances change, that is what you're hoping for. And even then, you've probably got to play a little bit better than you have done the last 2 seasons. Relegation, I just don't see that. But no, I don't see it, actually. I just don't. Eze to Saka or Gordon. Saka for me. De Bruyne to Saka, yes. Oh, yeah, I could do a captaincy poll. Your Game Week 38 captain is Salah, Saka. Who's the third? I don't know who the third. I think Bowen will probably be the third favourite captain, so I'm just going to put him and then someone else. Sunderland to get less. I watched that final. Yes, I thought Sunderland were rubbish, but the two goals were like good moments of quality. Obviously, there was a little bit of luck for the second one because Kiefer Moore gave it away, but it was still a really nice finish. I think it was Tom Watson. Is it? He's going to Brighton next year. I saw. Yeah. Attacking Footy, I think, is run by. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name now, but he's a Man United fan, the guy that runs it. So that's probably legit news, I would say. Leading by 3 points and have wildcard. Can I copy second to block? Yes, of course you can. I'd be a little bit wary of that because if they've not got a wildcard or a free hit, their team is going to be like. Let's just say you put together, in theory, the best free hit team this week. That team's going to look better than theirs. If you block, right, and you're only 3 points ahead, what if they make a transfer that you're not anticipating, and then you've got 10 players the same, but they've got the better differential? Like, I almost feel with 3 points, don't overthink it. Block their big hitters, absolutely, but the rest of the players just pick good picks. Bournemouth against Leicester at home, Arsenal against Southampton away, etc. Bench Marino or Rodgers, probably Marino. If we get wordy starts, then obviously I would play him. Would you prioritise a defender transfer to bench Milenkovic or Cunha to Evan-Nielsen to have a Bournemouth attacker? I'd probably prefer Cunha and a decent defender over Milenkovic and Evan-Nielsen if Cunha's going to start, which I think he will, but there is some doubts there. So if you want to be sure of the minutes, sell Cunha. Wan-Bissaka or Botman, safer for 6+ points this week. Probably Botman. Really good fixture. Best free hit punts, Welbeck, Gruder, Minter, probably in general Brighton players. Martinelli, Semenyo, I don't think will have super high ownership. Double Arsenal defence. Ben White, Calafiori, maybe just go for Raya. Pick one, Diaz. Wood, Rogers, Evan Nielsen, pick one. I mean, that is really straightforward. The guy playing Leicester at home. I'm 7 ahead. Guy behind has Salah, I don't. I do have Haaland. Should I take a -4 to get Salah in? I'd sell Mateta and Eze to defend. Yeah, I don't mind that. Wood or Isak out. Wood, Visser or Evan Nielsen in. Evan Nielsen. Alexander Isak haven't travelled to Goodison Park. Yeah, that's because they're playing at home. Come on, you can't fall for that. He doesn't need to travel to Goodison Park because he's playing at St James's. Is it worth doing Cunha to Welbeck for free? If you've got nothing else to do, potentially, yeah. On 25k, you're thinking Isak to Visser and Sarr to Bowen -4. Rogers on bench. Have Marmoush and Martinez. Differential's good enough to push for top 10k. I wouldn't take the -4. I wouldn't take the -4. Sarr to someone. That's fine. Play Isak. Isak's had like nearly 800,000 transfers out this week, and he's looking fairly good to start, I think. 40 points ahead of my min league. Do I bother taking the -4? You've won either way. So if you want to like go for overall rank, probably don't take hits unless they're absolutely necessary. Thanks for another amazing year. On bench boost, 2 free transfers. Henderson to Raya, Saliba to White, Sarr to Saka -4, Isak to Evan Nielsen -8. I wouldn't do the Isak. No, I wouldn't take a -8. You know, could you not do Henderson to Kepa and Saliba to White? Something like that. I get it because you want to sell Sarr, but I don't think I would do it. I'd even leave Henderson in and just do Saliba to White and Sarr to Semenyo or something like that and just save yourself 8 points. Start Konza or Nico Williams. Probably Konza. Edison or Martinez. I don't know. What's the clean sheet odds for... What's Rob saying? Villa are 28%. City are 34%. So I guess I'd play Edison. 20 points off second place. We both have Visser, Milenkovic and Mbeumo. Is it worth moving them both on to Saka, White and Evan Nielsen for a -4? I don't mind that -4. But they're probably thinking about selling them as well. But I think for -4, I'd probably do that and maybe captain Saka. But then you're 24 points behind. It's going to be really difficult to get that. Has Mrs. Andy given you abuse for wearing a suit yet? Nope. Why would you give me abuse for wearing a suit? That'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? Thoughts on starting both Konza and Martinez against Man United? Absolutely fine, as long as you know, you haven't got a better defender to play. That's what I'm trying to say. I need to know if Fulkrug starts. Proper mad pun. I also want to know if he starts because I've got him in draft. I'm trying to get 3rd place in our content creator draft league on Sleeper. I'm in 4th place on points scored, but I got a pretty good team this week. I think anyway. I've got Gruder. I've got Fulkrug. I just need him to start. I've got Calafiori. I've had him for ages. And he's done absolutely nothing for me. So yeah, I'd also like to know that. The only thing is, it doesn't matter for me because I can wait for the lineups to make my changes on draft. Yeah, the team's looking pretty good. I've got Amad Diallo because Man United are going to beat Villa, of course. If we get Leaks, Trippier bench and Murphy plays wing back, would you take a -4 to sell to Diaz? No. I think he'll be all right for in that position still. 60 points ahead of min league. Rivalers, bench boost and Salah. -4 for Mo. Yeah, you've won either way. Do whatever you want. He's not getting 60 points back on you. Are there any leaks for Trossard? No, there's no leaks for pretty much anything so far apart from Isak. And even then, it's Newcastle, so I never fully trust. Some of the things that go around on Twitter. Is Odegaard worth a punt? He's definitely a punt, so yes, he's playing Southampton. You know, I probably prefer Semenyo, but honestly, Odegaard can outscore him, right? It's 1 week only. It's been a fun year of FPL. Glad to have your streams and videos. Glad you're watching them. Can't wait to be back next season. Same. Thanks for another great season. Eze or Murphy? Probably Murphy. Yeah, just because it's Liverpool away. Defending 16 points. Rival has Salah. Should I do De Bruyne and Isak to Salah and Evan Nielsen -4? Also Cucurella or Nico. I'd probably play Cucurella, even though they're away. And yeah, I think that -4 is okay for defensive reasons. Bowen and Evan Nielsen versus Salah and a cheap bench player. For a -4, defending slim lead. Ooh. I mean, it depends who you're going to play instead of... Because if you're going to bench someone, who are you playing instead of Evan Nielsen? Like, it's Salah and whoever you're playing against Bowen and Evan Nielsen. Probably Salah. But hard to know for sure. Will Barnes start? Probably. And is he a good differential captain? Probably not. Because the fact you have to ask if he starts means you're not completely sure about his minutes. So I probably wouldn't risk the differential captain, to be honest. I think there's other ways you can go for it. Rival is 7 points behind me. Has 2 free transfers. I've got 1, and he has triple captain. Oof. Oh, yeah. Good luck. It's going to be tight. I mean, that extra transfer is worth some points, right? Potentially. 34 months, by the way. Thank you very much. Tom, also 34 months. Wood to Evan Nielsen or De Bruyne to Saka, or both for a hit? I probably wouldn't take a hit. I'd rather have De Bruyne and... Actually, no. Do you know what? It's really close. I'm going to say Wood and Saka just for the security of the minutes. Although, I guess Saka could get benched, but I don't see it. If Saka starts, would it be better to transfer in Burmo for... If Saka starts, would it be better to transfer in Burmo for a hit? Huh? I wouldn't sell in Burmo for a hit if that's the question. Lots of people are saying De Bruyne's bench. Who has set? Where has that come from? Who is saying De Bruyne benched? Oh, lazy FPL, is it? Ah. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, that sucks. It's honestly, as a non-De Bruyne owner, I'd prefer that everyone had kept him, but fair enough. I guess I'm... I can't just have leaks that benefit my own team. De Bruyne benched, lazy FPL. Okay, so any questions about De Bruyne? I'll probably rethink them now. Oh, hang on. I need to change that. Stop that. That's a shame. It's a shame everyone gets that heads up. Yeah, everyone's going to do De Bruyne to Saka now if they can afford it. If they weren't already. Eight points ahead. Would you take a -4 De Bruyne and Wood to Evan Nielsen and Saka? I'd be quite tempted to take a -4 for De Bruyne now. Yeah, it's quite a lot of your budget, right? So now it feels like if I keep Palmer, it feels like I'm doubling down on Saka, going against Saka even more now. I literally said I wasn't complaining about Isak. Yeah, although I wasn't really going to sell Isak anyway unless he was confirmed out. I always felt like he would start. Caught mini league leader last season with a 40-point lead in game week 38. Caught mini league leader last season with 40-point lead. Wow. Should I triple captain Salah and do Vista to Welbeck or Evan Nielsen? Welbeck if they're going to own Evan Nielsen, I think. Bench one of Semenyo, Watkins, or Vissa. Vissa probably. Min-league rival 5 points ahead and has Watkins, but I have a much better team. Yeah, probably Vissa. If Isak doesn't start, play Murphy off the bench and get Palmer to Saka or Isak to Evan Nielsen. Probably Isak to Evan Nielsen, I think. Oh no! So the person that told me Isak was starting in game, wasn't starting in game week 37 after the deadline, said wouldn't trust any of the leaks so far. I've heard both that he starts and then that he doesn't. So yeah, I still think Isak will start, but maybe a little bit less confident than I was at the start of the stream. On free hit, top 3 punts. Welbeck, Minter, and Calafiori. if you want one from each position. Killer for rank, also a non-De Bruyne owner. Yeah, I know. But it is what it is, right? We've all benefited from leaks in the past. It can't complain too much. It's just a shame that everyone's had all these De Bruyne starts and now they know that he's out. So it's going to be a really easy sale. I think there's going to be. I think De Bruyne to Saka is going to get super popular, but also -4s are going to get more popular as well because Saka is a bit more expensive and not everyone will have money in the bank. Would you do De Bruyne and Sarr to Saka and Semenyo to bench Marmoush, Rodgers? Yes, probably. Or do De Bruyne and Marmoush to Saka and Evan-Nielsen to bench Sarr? So basically, it's Saka and Evan-Nielsen or Saka and Semenyo. I'd rather have Saka and Evan-Nielsen. It doesn't matter anything else because you're going to bench the other player, right? Unless I've read that wrong. Do you like Gruder from Brighton? If yes, why? He's playing Spurs. Pretty much the reason. I think I quite like Minter though. Tango, thank you. 2 points ahead. Pick one. Saliba to Kirkes. Sarr to Martinez. Guy behind me has Martinez. Marmoush to Evan-Nielsen. He has Marmoush as well. We'll take a -4. I wouldn't probably take a -4. Probably. I mean, Saliba to. Oh, no, I'd probably do Sarr to Martinelli, I think. Out of those, I think so. Surely the 5-0 game is Arsenal. Saka over Bowen. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely take Saka over Bowen this week. No doubts. I can't confirm that De Bruyne is definitely out of the 11. I can only go on what is being said. But yes, Lazy FPL is usually pretty. Has got pretty good info. They've had Man City leaks in the past. Even if Isak starts, is it worth taking him out for Evan-Nielsen? Even if Isak starts, probably not. I suspect there's a better transfer you can make. Well, I think Isak's pretty good this week if he starts. Is Welbeck likely to start? Yes, I think so. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. De Bruyne to Saka for free or Isak and De Bruyne to Salah and Evan-Nielsen? Probably just Saka for free. I'd only sell Isak at this point, I think, if we get confirmation he's definitely out. Is De Bruyne to Saka worth a -4 now? Probably, yeah. De Bruyne to Mo. De Bruyne to Mo or Saka and bench Beto or Konza. Yeah, I would sell De Bruyne for Salah, yeah. For sure. Surely got to go against Saka even harder. I don't know. I don't know. Also, if I don't go for Ben White, I'm down to like Munoz, my only defender backup. That shouldn't be a problem. I think Saka will start, yeah. What his minutes will be like, I'm a little bit less sure about, but we'll see. Do I think Kluivert starts? Yes, probably. If we get no more news on Isak, should I start him and sell one defender to White, share, etc., or should I sell Isak to Evan-Nielsen and play Milenkovic? The safest play is to get Evan-Nielsen and play Milenkovic. But I personally am probably just going to bank on Isak starting and just sell someone else, I think. Why is last year or next year? It's I'm not sure if I worded it this badly. Next year will not be my final season of content. I've had a few messages and comments about that. I was kind of joking that I was 68k, which is probably enough to do at least one more season of content, as in my rank is good enough where some people might actually still watch. Yeah. So I was just playing around. I will gladly make content for another couple of years if people keep watching. I have no plans to retire after next season. Last question of the season, bench one. Wood, Milenkovic or Rodgers? Milenkovic, I think. Yeah, good luck. Saka might come off at halftime for Wanyeri if the game is safe. Sure, so could Odegaard for Wanyeri. I'm not trying to sit here and pretend to you that the Saka's minutes are secure for 90 because they're absolutely not. That guy's getting subbed off at some point. Just don't know when it is. Saka or Martinelli for Palmer. Saka. Rice for Murphy, -4. No, probably not. There's no news about Strand Larsen other than that he's a doubt. I don't know if we'll get anything more than that. I think for teams like Wolves, I'm not even sure who I would trust for that, because obviously they're not a team you often look for leaks from. Start Murphy or Rodgers? Probably Murphy because of the slightly better fixture. Last game week, Van Dijk didn't start. Any updates for this game? No updates, but I will presume he will start. Bench Shada or Eze. Became a member today. Bloody on time, considering I followed you for 3 years. But why is there no talk about Gordon as an option? First of all, thanks for becoming a member. I did briefly mention Gordon on my transfer tips video. I don't mind him at all. I wouldn't sell him Burmo personally. I just prefer someone like Semenya because of the fixture. But yeah, Gordon's perfectly good. I think most of us are expecting Newcastle to do pretty well today. Just want to say thank you for everything you do for us. No matter how many points you earn or what you wear, you're simply the best. You never walk alone. You never walk alone unless you leave for free to Real Madrid. But yes, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I will keep making content as long as some people watch. Also, if the game is secure by half-time, the chances are Saka's bag. True, but if I told you right now he's getting subbed at half-time, you wouldn't take it, would you? Maybe you'd take it if I told you he's getting subbed at half-time, but the score's 4-0. Isak and Semenyo or Watkins and Bowen. Isak and Semenyo, I think. Or Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson or Watkins. Evan Nilsson. What's the betting on most goals in a game this game week? I think Liverpool's going to have a lot. Rob T's numbers have Bournemouth 2.7, Arsenal 2.8, and Liverpool 2.7. So the final updates have Arsenal scoring more goals than Liverpool and Bournemouth. So that's just how bad Southampton are. That also kind of suggests that they know Arsenal are going to go pretty full strength. Newcastle 2.5, Brighton 2.4. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do. Saka is on 0.62 projected goals. Palmer's on 0.43. Don't know. I should probably just get Saka. Omar Marmoush and Josko Vardiol at left back start for Man City, according to FPL Main Road. Okay, let me. Marmoush plus Vardiol start FPL Main Road. Does that fit? Yeah. Palmer should be on about 0.05 XG. I should just get Saka, shouldn't I? There's something about Ben White, though. Yeah, De Bruyne bench already got that there. Okay, sorry. Let me get back to where I was. In my mini league playoff final, who would you transfer in for De Bruyne? I can't afford Saka, Palmer. I already have Salah, Bowen, and Burma Rodgers. Probably Semenyo next. Like Gordon's good, Martinelli's good, Diaz is good, but I'd probably go Semenyo. Training mini league by 7, captain Salah or go Bowen differential. If they're going to captain Salah and the rest of the team is similar, you've got to go different, I think. So yeah, Bowen or Saka. Start 2, Watkins, Visser, and Rodgers. I'd probably bench Rodgers. 5 ahead in my mini league. Would you do Haaland? 5 ahead. Would you do Haaland for Evan Nilsson and Langer to Salah from -4? As rival has Salah and likely to captain to match his play? Probably yes. De Bruyne to Saka and Alanga to Semenyo for a hit to bench Wood. I would just do De Bruyne to Saka. And just played Chris Wood. Sell one of Palmer, Sarr, Mateta, Sarr. Yeah, Sarr. De Bruyne and Mateta to Saka and Evan Nilsson for free. No brainer. Should I bench boost or triple captain? Depends how good your bench is. I'd probably lean more towards triple captain. Who is projected to start right back for Arsenal? Ben White. John, you remember, thank you. I'm currently playing Munoz with no backup defender. Should I sell Saliba for a hit? Probably not. No, I would just risk it and play Munoz and hope for the best. 7 ahead of my mini league. Second has Bowen. Watkins to Evan Nilsson. Worth it for Bowen over Rodgers and Kirkers over Nico Williams. Yeah, if it's all free, sure. Worth a hit to take out Chris Wood? No, I don't think so. I already answered that question about Van Dijk and any updates. Is the watch along happening on here or a separate stream? No, it'll be separate. I'll stop this. No, yeah, I'm not sitting here live for an hour and a half in between. The deadline stream will go. I'll go and have lunch, and then I'll come back for the watch along. You love the upside. Get Saka in. Oh, I should just get Saka, shouldn't I? I should. But imagine if Palmer does the same as Saka today, but Ben White smashes Nico Williams. I don't know. 50 points ahead in your mid league, Chaz. Very nice. Would you get Kivior or Howson? Probably Kivior. I'd probably back Arsenal. Take a hit and do both. No, I'm not going to take a hit for Palmer out. No way. If I get Saka, would I captain? I'm probably going to captain Salah, but there is part of me that thinks I should go Saka to try and push for top 50k. But I think I've talked myself into Salah just being too good this week. Isak, Marmoush, Enzo to Evan Nielsen, Welbeck, Saka for -4. Got bench boost and also considering Henderson. I wouldn't take a -4 for a goalkeeper. I don't hate that, but Isak and Marmoush might both start. That does sound like quite a nice -4. Munoz to White for a -4, probably not. De Bruyne to Saka, Semenyo, Barnes, Saka, yes. Should I start Marmoush and Haaland? Yes. De Bruyne out for a -4, bench boost is active, yes. Min-League rival has Watkins and Alanga. I've got ease. I mean, De Bruyne could come off the bench and get something, but I'd probably take the hit. Min-League rival has Watkins and Alanga. I have Isak and Eze. Should I transfer Watkins and Alanga to make sure I win? I'm 9 points ahead. Like, if you can guarantee you're going to have the same team if you make those moves, then yes. But if they might, what happens if they end up transferring someone else instead? That'd be my only worry. 2 free transfers. Isak and Rodgers out for Welbeck and Saka. Already have Palmer. Yes, if you've got nothing else to do, sure. Alanga, Saliba, Watkins to Evan Nielsen, Trossard, White for a -8. No, I don't think so. No, definitely not, in fact. Play Wood or take a -4 to get play Wood. Rodgers to Semenyo, Mbeumo to Saka, or Visser to Evan Nielsen. Probably Mbeumo to Saka. It's quite a luxury move, but it sounds like your team's in a good spot. Bench Eze, Rodgers for Evan Nielsen, Eze. Visser differential captain. I think there's better differential captains than that, like Bowen, Evan Nielsen, Saka. Take a hit and get Arteta as assistant manager. Depends who your current assistant manager is. Do Vardy to Evan Nielsen and bench Rodgers, or start Rodgers, bench Vardy and do Saliba to Kirkes, Agbadou. I suspect that Rodgers and Kirkes is better than Evan Nielsen and Agbadou, so I'd probably go that way. Anyone know if Cunha is starting? Nope. 2 free transfers. Saliba and Sarr out for Bowen and Wan-Bissaka, or White and Semenyo. I go White and Semenyo, I think. Should I stop worrying about deadline? I'm on honeymoon in Japan with the missus. You probably should stop worrying about it, yeah. By the way, although this stream will not carry on into the watch long. I will probably just go for a quick bathroom break at the end of the stream and then wait for the lineups. Might as well, because they're all coming at the same time. Will Conor Bradley start? I think he probably will, but obviously I can't 100% guarantee it. Who starts up front for Arsenal? Good question. Could be Trossard, could be Moreno, could be Havertz. Would you prioritise Semenyo or Evan Nielsen? Probably Evan Nielsen, but as always, depends who you're selling. Current assistant manager is Thomas Frank. Take a hit for Arteta, a good move. I don't think I would take a hit, to be honest. I probably wouldn't take a hit, but I see why you're asking. Isak differential captain if he starts. How do you see his minutes? Probably 75 plus. I'm not sure I'd captain him though still. Bowen for Murphy or Rodgers for a hit. I probably wouldn't take the hit. If you're going to sell one, probably... I just wouldn't take the hit. Watkins or Cunha to Evan Nielsen. Cunha. Milenkovic or -4 Milenkovic. Rank Isak, Watkins, Evan Nilsson, Saka, and Omar Marmoush. If they all start, Saka, Isak, Evan Nilsson, Watkins, Marmoush, I think. Have a little graphic gone to the loo when you do. I won't be that long. Thoughts on what Klopp say about Liverpool fans booing Trent? I don't really want to get into it. Personally, I think the booing is miles over the top, and I think the whole sentiment towards him is just not how I would feel about it. But as they will tell you, I'm not a Scouser, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I can't have. I can have an opinion, but I'm not going to tell them what to do. But I think it's massively over the top, and I kind of like that Klopp came out and said that. But I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I will never completely get it. Where did I get up to? -4 De Bruyne for Bowen or Saka. Isak and Savinho to Saka and Evan Nilsson -4. Probably yes, just because of Savinho. But if you got a different way to... Now, I probably would do that, yeah. Sarr to Semenyo or Wood to Evan Nilsson if Isak starts. Sarr to Semenyo. Rank 8k, no Bowen. Sell De Bruyne to Bowen or Saka. Saka, thanks for the year. Thank you very much. De Bruyne to Bowen for free. Play Sarr or De Bruyne to Saka. Mateta, Evan Nilsson for -4. Bench Sarr. I quite like that -4. Saka and Haaland or -4 for Salah and Evan Nilsson. 2 points behind rival who has Salah. Go Saka and hope for the best. Barnes for De Bruyne and Mateta to Evan Nilsson for -4. No, probably not. Just Mateta to Evan Nilsson's probably okay. Or just... Yeah, maybe, but I don't get the Barnes shout, to be honest. Sure. Yeah, the -4 is probably okay there. -4 for Bowen and Evan Nilsson for Palmer and Wood. I probably wouldn't do that. I would just do Wood to Evan Nilsson. Captain Evan Nilsson for differential, mid-league, 8 points difference. Yes, I think he's one of the better differential captains. Is Nketiah a good option? No, because Mateta will probably play. Swap to Evan Nilsson like everyone else, or Welbeck. Probably the most likely move, I would say. Marmoush starts. Yeah, we already got that confirmed. Is De Bruyne not playing? He's apparently benched. That is the word on the street. Newcastle players starting to arrive. Craig Hope has just said a Swedish has just walked in. Presumably, that is Isak. Unless, I don't know, is Ulrika Johnson a Newcastle fan? I don't know. Why Saka over Bowen? Bowen form is much better. I just think Saka's the better FPL pick generally. Penalties, Southampton. Form doesn't really come into it for me. Like, Bowen could just not be in good form today, right? And Saka could be in really good form. Or maybe Bowen just does really well. Who knows? Form changes, Oh, Emil Kraft is Swedish. Oh, so he's just he's trying to have us on, is he? He wants to join the WhatsApp group. Is anyone in the WhatsApp group for Craig Hope? Weiss, oh yeah, did that one. King of Mandalore, thank you very much. 1 month. Congrats on the seasons. Cunha to Welbeck and Rogers to Saka. Captain -1. You could probably justify it for captaincy reasons, but I'm not sure you need that hit because you've probably got someone else you can captain. Sarr to Semenyo or Beto to Welbeck, Evan Nilsson -4, or play either Sarr or Beto. I would probably do Sarr to Semenyo just about. I actually don't mind that -4. Cunha to Evan Nilsson -4, probably not. I think Cunha will start. Just the US war chat. Nice. Sell Trossard for Saka or keep Trossard. I think if you've got a free transfer, Trossard to Saka is a pretty good move. Isak is at the stadium. Okay. Steve, cheers for great content this season. Have a pint on me. Thank you very much. I'm 29 points clear on my league. Taking wife to York with winnings for putting up with my FPL chat. Nice. I like it. Enjoy the trip. Assistant manager options. Probably like Arteta, Iraola, or Pereira. Table bonus. I quite like Pereira, honestly. Would you start Burn or Murphy? Murphy. Do I get... Okay, what's captaincy looking like? 58% Salah. Oh, wow. Salah's miles ahead now. Yeah, Salah. If you want a differential, you have to go against Salah, I think. I like my captains at home. That restricts to Isak or a Bournemouth player I don't have any if I want to attack Salah. Yeah, but if you've got Saka, he's good too, right? Or if you've got Palmer. Isak would be there either way to watch, right? I mean, considering that at home, yes, I guess so, yeah. Kieran Trippier is there as well, apparently. Isak's going to play or not? We'll have to wait and see. The word is yes, but honestly, I'm a bit wary about Newcastle in the no accounts, and that's why I've put that at the bottom on the stream. Have a 14-point mini league lead. They have Isak, De Bruyne, Salah. I've got Mbeumo, Saka, Haaland. They'll probably captain Salah to protect the lead and block Salah. Can I do Haaland, Rodgers to Evan Nielsen, Salah captain for -4? Yes. Yeah. Block all you need. Thanks for the year. Is it still worth Isak to Evan Nielsen? No other moves needed. Probably yes, unless we get more info on Isak. Martinez or Areola? Probably Areola. 1 point difference with the leader in my mini league. Should I do a -4 for Rodgers to Bowen? The leader has Bowen in his team. But you're chasing, right? So would you not want to go somewhere else, maybe? But yes, I don't think I would take the -4. Bench one, Nico Williams, Van Dijk, Livramento, Vardy. Nico Williams, Captain Bowen or Haaland? Probably Bowen. But I like Haaland as the differential. Oh, has Isak been put in the WhatsApp group? Oh, Isak. Yeah, Isak's at the stadium. Isak is at the stadium. Does he look ready to play? I don't know. Sarr, Cunha to Saka, Evan Nielsen from -4 to Captain Saka. Yes. Don't hate that. Is Saka going to play? Presumably he will, yeah. Be quite funny if we get a leak in a minute that says he doesn't, but yeah, we'll see. I'm chasing. No cash for Saka or Palmer. It's a Bowen, a Bournemouth mid, or Isak. You see Isak cameo. No, I think he'll play. So I think Isak captain's fine. I guess it's just slight risk because he has obviously did have an injury, which is why he missed out last week. So there is some, he could start and then feel pain during the game, right? Is Isak on crutches? That would be a giveaway. Not that I've seen. Don't think he's on crutches. Which match do I think will have the highest number of goals? Probably just one of the teams playing. Like probably Arsenal or maybe Liverpool. Probably Arsenal or Bournemouth maybe. I think Brentford and Wolves is an outsider for quite a few goals today. Start Bradley or Eze. Bradley. Best Sarr replacement in that price range, Semenyo. What assistant manager would you recommend? Already got Thomas Frank. Keep or take a hit? Yeah, I'd probably keep rather than take a hit. But if you're going to move, I'd probably go Pereira for the table bonus and just hope that Wolves go big. It's a weird one, right? Because I'm saying probably just keep. But then I'm also saying if you sell or if you transfer, go and get the guy that they're playing against. Any news on Isak? He's at the stadium. He's carrying a bag. Now, maybe that bag, I don't know. I don't know what's in it. Hopefully it's like boots and stuff. Get Evan Nielsen or Welbeck. I've got Cliver. I think Evan Nielsen is better, but I do like Welbeck as the differential for sure. De Bruyne to Bowen, start Mateta Sarr, or De Bruyne or Mateta to Saka or Welbeck -4. I'd probably go -4 route. I think people with De Bruyne should be more open to -4s, to be honest. It's not an Asda bag, no. Isak seems like a Waitrose kind of guy to me. Play Beto or Konza. Probably Beto. I guess I'm not as confident about his minutes as normal. Yeah, maybe Isak's carrying Callum Wilson's boots to make sure Callum Wilson stays fit. De Bruyne to Bowen or to Martinez. Bowen for me, I think. Europa League champions checking in. Oh, bloody Spurs. Wood to Evan Nielsen, De Bruyne to Saka for a -4. I think I would just do De Bruyne to Saka for free. If Wood to Evan-Nielsen is to fund it, then yeah, I quite like it. I wonder what Saka... Okay, so Saka's transfers in were 293,000 earlier. Let me see what they are now. 293,000. 293. 324, so not massively gone up. Would you start Eze over Rodgers as a differential? Probably not. To be honest, I think Rodgers is better. Bench one, Kluivert, Watkins, Visser. Probably Visser and hope that Kluivert starts. Marmoush, Eze or Rodgers, who to start? Marmoush, Rodgers, Eze in that order. How would absolutely make Isak turn up in full kit even if he's not in the squad? Possibly. Did Eze to Bowen? Should I do Rodgers to Saka for a -4 hit? Probably not, no. Start Wood or Rodgers, Wood, and Bradley or Konza, Bradley. 11 points ahead, mainly worried about Bowen and Visser. I have Wood and Alanga. Would you block to play your game? I'd be tempted to block, or even do... Could you go like Bowen and Welbeck? And like block one but not the other? I think Bowen is pretty good this week. Genuine all in capital letters. Genuine question. As an expert, why are you telling people to bench Villa players? I'm not an expert, and I've told many people to play Villa players this week. Sarr to Semenyo and bench Rodgers. Sarr to Semenyo. Rest of the team is fine. Yes, I'd probably do that. Like Semenyo is better than Rodgers this week. On free hit, Welbeck or Wish. Visser, I guess that is. Probably Welbeck. One free transfer, Mikalenko to White or Marmoush to Evan-Nielsen. Mikalenko to White, I think. All right, what am I doing? Half an hour to go. I've drank a lot of water today. Oh. 22 points ahead. -4 for Bowen in, Eze out. Sure, if you're blocking. I don't think you need to take that hit. Salah or Bowen captaincy. Salah for me. Better option. Is Gordon not worth a punt? He's absolutely worth a punt. Bench one, Vardy or Diaz. Konza. I'd probably bench Konza. Start Rodgers or Visser. Visser, there you go. I'm telling you to bench 2 Villa players. Up against the mighty Man United. Who are going to put out a fairly changed team, I think. God, I saw someone earlier say, what if we see Fernandes in tears at the end of this game? I was like, oh, God, surely not. Surely we're not selling Bruno. Am I swinging towards Saka yet? Honestly, I really just want to buy Ben White and play Palmer and hope for the best. But I'm not convinced that is necessarily the best option. I should just get Saka. I really should just get Saka. I'm probably going to get Ben White. I can feel it. Just double down on Cole Palmer. And then maybe I'll watch the Forest-Chelsea game. I don't know if Man United Villa has obviously got something on the line, but I want to watch stuff for FPL because obviously it's an FPL watch-along. I might switch between. Definitely want to... I need to set my Skybox back up, actually. De Bruyne to Bowen and risk Isak, or take a -4 to do Isak to... I'd probably risk Isak. 17 points up and have De Bruyne. Rivals have Bowen and Watkins. Play it safe and get Bowen and Watkins for De Bruyne and Wood, or get Saka over Nielsen. I go Saka over Nielsen. Go for it. Why not? Salah and De Bruyne to Saka, captain and Semenyo, chasing 29 points. Can you not just do... I wouldn't sell Salah, to be honest. Can you not get the money for Saka a different way? Play Rodgers or Murphy. Murphy. 30 minutes left of pain, yeah. -4 for Evan-Nielsen and Cunha out. Probably not. De Bruyne and Wood to Semenyo and Evan-Nielsen -4. Don't mind it. Bench Marmoush or Rodgers. Rodgers. What to do if Rodgers leak? Don't matter, you're benching him. 20 points off first in my mid-league. Vardy to Evan-Nielsen and De Bruyne to who? I have 9.8 million already. 3 Arsenal. Gordon is a punt, yeah, or Diaz. Otherwise, just Bowen. If they've got Bowen, you probably have to go elsewhere. No news on Trossard. Not had any Arsenal updates. Hope you enjoy the wedding after the stream. The first thing I'm going to do when I finish this stream is get out of this suit, put a t-shirt on, and go and get some food. Maybe take a walk around the block. 50 points behind in my mini league. I'm captaining Ben White. Yeah, I would just captain someone normal. You ain't overturning 50 points anyway, so maybe go for rank instead. Do I play Konza or Sarr for De Bruyne? I would sell De Bruyne, but otherwise probably Sarr. Captain Bowen in Burma or Isak. If they all start and get good minutes, then Isak's the best option. If you don't want to take the risk on Isak, then Bowen for me. Apart from Saka, I have a strong feeling one of Martinelli or Odegaard could do well. I agree, mostly because it's Southampton. So I quite like Martinelli as the cheaper punt. Fingers crossed for an Arsenal leak. Yeah, we don't get much Arsenal stuff. Like the guy that used to give me Arsenal stuff is not. He's not even let alone Team News hasn't even messaged me for a very long time now, so I'm not going to get anything. 25 points ahead. De Bruyne to Saka, Timber to Liver. 25 points ahead. De Bruyne to Saka, Timber to Livramento -4. Bench Munoz. I probably wouldn't take a -4 to bench Munoz. De Bruyne to Saka, yes. You think there's a chance Isak can? I've kind of already said I think he'll start, but of course there's a chance, yeah. Like he's going to be in the squad. I've not got much doubts about that now. So yeah, I think he'll start, but could he be on the bench and come off? Yeah, of course. You've got to assign a bit of possibility to that, but I think it's much more likely he starts. There's not really, I don't know, like there's not really too much more to it. The fact that you're asking still that you know there's doubts, right? So if you want to play it safe, it's Bowen, who will probably play 90. Transfer out Isak if you're on bench boost. Probably not on current info. Marmoush, Visser, Watkins swap 1 for Evanilson. Probably Marmoush, although we know he's starting, but it's still probably him. Saka, Evanilson for De Bruyne, Isak, or just Bowen for De Bruyne. Probably just Bowen. Sell Sarr or Trossard. Sarr and hope Trossard starts, but I'm not convinced he will. Palmer to Saka or Marmoush for Evanilson. That's so close. I think Palmer and Evanilson. De Bruyne and Isak to Saka and Evanilson for free. Probably yes for free. Look, I really can't say any more about Isak. Could Isak be benched? Yes. Could he not be in the squad? Yes. Or could he start? Also, yes. I think he will start, but I really can't say any more than that. I've got all the same info as you. So, like, could he be benched? Yes, it is one of the possibilities of something that could happen today. But I think Isak will start. Let's see. Is it crazy to captain Marmoush over Saka Salah? It's not crazy, but I probably wouldn't do it. Bowman and Evanilson in for free. Should I do Saka for De Bruyne -4? Plan to bench Rodgers or Marmoush if Saka in. Won my min league. Yeah, why not? De Bruyne, Isak to Saka, Evanilson for a hit and captain Evanilson, but I'd be chasing 4 more points. You'd also have Saka as well. I quite like that. Selling Isak for a hit does feel a bit rubbish, though. I'll give you that. Not if he's benched, though. Damn. Garnacho's partner has put a post up on Instagram saying last match. Looks like Garnacho's definitely out. I mean, the fact that David Ornstein tweeted about it yesterday, Man United, honestly. You're killing me. Evanilson for Marmoush or Saka for De Bruyne? Saka for De Bruyne, because you know Marmoush is starting and De Bruyne isn't, so you've got to sell the guy that's not starting, right? Wood to Evanilson for free? Yes, if you've got nothing else to do. 45 months, Stranger Man, thank you very much. Munoz or Nico Williams out from -4 worth it? Probably not, no, I would just play Nico Williams. Would you triple captain Evanilson as a differential? If I wanted a differential, yes, or I would go Saka. Could be quite nice. 100 points ahead, currently 38k, so aim to stay in the top 50. Nice. With De Bruyne bench, assume the person I'm chasing will move him out for Saka. Was planning to captain Saka. Would you captain Evanilson instead? Not sure if you'll captain Salah or Saka. I'd probably captain Saka. Depends how far behind you are, though. Behind him, I'm in lead by 20. Captain Trossard. I would captain someone you know is going to start at least. Wood to Evan Nielsen from -4, probably not. Means benching Rodgers, probably not. Playing Isak, fine. Using free transfer on De Bruyne and Saka, sounds good. Start Rodgers or Chris Wood. Chris Wood, probably. Would you start Alanga over De Bruyne? Yes. Palmer to Saka and Eze to Bowen from -4. 7 points behind him in League. No, I would just sell Eze to someone for free. Any leaks? Yeah, they're all down in the bottom right corner on the news and info tab. If Isak starts, who would you swap? Isak or Visser for Evan Nielsen to fund De Bruyne for Saka? Visser, yeah. Start Enzo or Sarr? Oof. Oh God, I think Sarr will start, but Enzo almost certainly will, right? I'm going to say Sarr. The problem with Enzo is it depends where he ends up playing, right? Towards the end of the Premier League season, there's often a noticeable drop in clean sheets. Oh, I know. I should just get Saka. I'd love a leak that says Saka benched. Put me out of my misery. Let me keep Palmer guilt-free. -4 Saliba to Ben White, Sarr to Bowen, or Salah to Bowen for free. I would definitely take the hit instead of selling Salah if that's your two options. -4 point hit, De Bruyne to Saka, have Salah and Bowen. Yes. Start 2, Marino, Asensio, Isak, Cunha. Isak and Cunha probably. I'm 18 points behind second place. I own Saka, Salah, and Bowen, and Burmo, Rodgers, Evan Nielsen. Best captain to chase. Whoever they're not going to captain in this order: Salah, Saka, Bowen. Salah, Saka, Evan Nielsen, Bowen. So whoever they're going to captain, pick the next one in that list. So if they're going to captain Salah, go Saka. If they're going to captain Saka, go Salah. Teams are out on Flash Score. They won't be guaranteed. That's just guesses, though, right? They don't have all the lineups before everyone else. 2 free transfers: Haaland, Wood, Alanga, Sarr to Evan Nielsen, Welbeck, Salah, Saka -8, or Haaland, Wood, Sarr to Isak, Visser, Salah -4, or get Isak and Salah for free. I don't think you need a -8, right? Haaland, Wood, Sarr is probably the one for the -4, I think. Wait. Yeah, can you not just do Haaland plus someone else to Salah for free? Yeah, I'd probably take the free route. Isak and Bruno to Evan Nielsen and Saka -4. Don't hate it, but Isak and Bruno are probably both starting. Yeah, I'd probably go Fernandes to Bowen. Yeah. Bench Eze, Rodgers, Savinho. Chance of Savinho increases. I guess slightly with De Bruyne out, but I just don't see it. I'd probably bench Savinho. Sorry for missing this, but why Saka over Bowen if Saka starts? I just think he's better underlying numbers all season. Arguably better fixture. Definitely on penalties. That's about it, really. Captain Saka or Salah, I'm currently 5 points ahead. Salah, 20k ranked, 20 points behind 10k, 1 free transfer. I have triple captain left. Captain Salah, yes. I'd probably just captain Salah and hope for the best. Is it worth a -4 for Saka or Bowen to bench Rodgers? Probably not. Thanks for all the great content. Thank you very much for watching. Sarr out for Semenyo or Munoz for Kirkez. I'd probably rather have Sarr and Kirkez than Semenyo. Actually, I don't know if I would. Yeah, probably Sarr to Semenyo. Business Camp member for 33 months. Thank you very much. Already won my min league. My main battle this week is beating you. I'm 12 points up but taking a hit. You're going to win. You're going to win. But thank you very much. Good luck. Saka captain and Rodgers or Isak and Martinelli? Saka captain. -4 to bench Rodgers. No, probably not. De Bruyne to Diaz and Mateta to Evan Nielsen. I like it. Girlfriend needs help. Best triple captain for a punch. She's also a Liverpool fan, so kind of a big day for us. Sad being a United fan. Yes, definitely. Saka, I think. If you want to go puntier than that, like Evan Nielsen or Bowen. Then De Bruyne to Saka. Should I sell Eze Beto for hits on bench boost? Probably not. I have Eze, Bowen, Sharda and Burmo, Asensio, Haaland, Evan Nielsen, Wood. Transfer Eze or Wood out for who? Eze to Semenyo. Captain Haaland, I guess, out of those, or Evan Nielsen. Bench Murphy or Sar. Sar, Kivior and Bowen in. Eze and Sleeper out -4. Probably wouldn't take the -4. I guess I don't hate it, but I probably wouldn't do it. Because you get to do Eze to Bowen, which seems okay. Right, any more news for any more news? Newcastle have tweeted about Isak now. They're all kind of pushing the fact that he's going to start. Very, very late to the stream. De Bruyne to Saka and Mateta to Evan Nielsen. Yeah. Would you start Murphy? Over who? Not over Saka or Evan Nielsen, that's for sure. Bench Konza for Nico Williams. I'd probably play Konza, I think. Bench Elanga for Saka. Yes. Elanga for Beto. Probably yes. Thanks a million for all the great content. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the off-season. I definitely will. I was thinking about having some beers later during the streams, but I don't know if I'll bother. I'm going to stay completely sober. Wake up, fresh mind tomorrow. What's that Newcastle tweet about? Yeah, probably a start, sure. I honestly, I think at this point you should be expecting Isak to start. Again, I really don't think there's much more to say on the matter. I mean, Newcastle admin could be winding people up. I don't know. It seems quite unlikely they would tweet that. But does the admin have the lineup? I don't know. Probably. Best replacement for Saliba on a bench boost. Ben White or Kirkes for me. Maybe Share as well from Newcastle. Get Kluivert, Semenyo, Diaz, Gordon or Martinelli. I would get Semenyo, but Diaz, Gordon, Martinelli are all good punts. Any team leaks yet? They're all in the bottom right-hand corner. Salah and Evan Nielsen or Isak and Palmer, no hit. Salah and Evan Nielsen, definitely. Thanks for all the great content. Last year, 618 overall. Now ranked 2245. Oof. Very nice. 18 points off top 1K. Would you choose Haaland, Watkins captain, Ben White or Salah captain? Oh, Haaland, Watkins captain, Ben White or Salah captain, Welbeck, Konza. Probably the second one with Salah. Take on Watkins captain to protect a 19-point lead. I would go for someone better than that personally. Martinelli or Trossard. Martinelli, thanks for all the great content. Thank you very much. By Isak or Evan Nielsen. Probably Evan Nielsen for safety. Chasing in mini league. He's gone Evan Nielsen. Need to deal with Mateta. Welbeck. Captain Haaland, Diaz, Watkins or Isak. What order? Haaland, Isak, Watkins, Diaz. Bring in Semenyo or Kluivert, Semenyo. I think they'll both start. So Kluivert's probably better, but his minutes have been a bit rubbish recently. I don't think we're going to get Saka news. I think we'll give up. I'll check my Instagram DMs just in case. Just in case Mikel Arteta has been in touch, but I'm not sure he will have been. No. No message. I'm sure Saka starts. If I don't buy Saka, I will find it funny if he doesn't start. If I do buy Saka and he doesn't start, I won't find it funny at all. £500 on the line. Would you start Eze or Cunha? Cunha. I hope he starts. Wood to Welbeck on 1 free transfer. Yes. Chasing Murphy out from -4 for anybody. I'd probably just play him. Bring in Semenyo or Clark. Semenyo, yeah, did that one. Less than 15 minutes to go. Make sure you've got your decisions set. I think I'm going to keep Palmer, and I think I'm going to just hate it. I think I'm going to hate it, and I'm going to get Ben White. Front three, Isak, Cunha, Watkins. Who do I bring in? Cunha to Evan Nielsen, probably, or Welbeck. 11-point lead for €1,000. Take a hit for a sub Lee. Not sure what that means. Haaland to Isak for free to defend slim lead. Sure, I guess. But if you've not got a better upgrade, just keep Haaland. Doing some major chasing. What's the best risk I can take for a differential captain? Evan Nielsen, maybe someone like that. Welbeck. Like anyone random, like Gordon Diaz. I'd probably go like Haaland or Evan Nielsen, I guess. Like a lot of people are buying Evan Nielsen. I don't expect many to captain him though. Maybe a few. There's no Saka info, by the way. Like so far, we have not got a huge amount of news. Should I bring in Havertz or Welbeck for Marmoush? I'd probably go Welbeck. Why is Salah so much more popular than Bart? I mean, Salah's been amazing this year, hasn't he? Basically. We've all talked. He's chasing records. We've all talked ourselves into the narrative. One free transfer: Cunha to Welbeck or Konza to Livramento. Cunha to Welbeck, I think. 15,000 people watching. Thank you very much. While you're all watching, make sure to give it a like, hit that subscribe button. And I am doing a watch along stream at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. I'm doing a watch along stream if you want to tune in for that. Diaz starts according to who? Where are you seeing this? I mean, it was always likely he would start, but where are you seeing it? De Bruyne to Bowen for free or Saka for a -4? Probably Bowen for free. News on Trossard, nothing. De Bruyne start. De Bruyne is benched, apparently. That's the word on the street. Wood to Evan Nielsen or Welbeck for a -4. I would just play Chris Wood. Thanks for the season. Been brilliant. Thank you very much. Play one of Diaz, Konza, Munoz. Already starting Vardio. Probably Diaz. Diaz starts according to FPL Focal. Doodle-doodle-doo. Oh, I seen tweeted. Okay. Where have I not seen that? I follow him. Oh yeah, Luis Diaz starts. Vert starts. Diaz versus Bowen if Diaz starts. I still prefer Bowen, to be honest with you, but if you want a bit of a punt, then Diaz is good. I really do think there'll be goals in this Liverpool game. De Bruyne to Bowen for a -8. It's a -4, right? So yeah, probably. Sell Watkins for Isak or Marmoush for a -4. I would just keep Watkins. De Bruyne to Diaz, Bowen for a -4 or start Konza. I take the -4, I think, but I think it's quite a close call. Burns, Share, Livramento or Kirkes. Marmoush to Evan Nielsen or Rogers to Semenyo. Marmoush to Evan Nielsen, I think. Just about. Henderson to Raya for a -4. Surely Liverpool score. They probably do, but I wouldn't take the -4. Buy Saka or Evan Nielsen or Havertz. Saka. Bukayo. Do we really think Season 3 will be better than Season 2? It's quite funny, right? Because it's just how people are, right, generally. Is he said that quote about, what was good about the I always win in my second year is not that he just said that. It's the fact that he said, I'll correct myself. I don't sometimes win in my... Whatever he said, or I don't sometimes win in my second year. I always win. So that's like a cold quote, right? Even if you hate Spurs... You've got to admit that's a cold quote. But this is where you've got there's a balance with people. Once you start talking about Season 3, it's like, then people are like, nah, now you're going too far. You've taken it too far now. We can't back you for that. Stop that. So you can only say it once. So I don't suspect Season 3 will be better than Season 2. I suspect it will be worse, unfortunately. It's like when someone's an underdog and everyone loves them, and then they start doing well. And it's like, well, I'm not so interested in you now. That's kind of what Andrew's done with his Season 3 quote. SAR 21 from -4, probably not, but I wouldn't begrudge you doing it. That's for sure. Doubt us again. See what happens. What will probably happen is you probably won't finish top 6, and you probably won't win the Champions League. That'll be my guess. But we'll see. We'll see. It's not cold, just that Man United were... No, it's still a cold quote. Come on. It doesn't matter how bad Man United were. Thanks for a great season. I've got Mateta, Rogers, Sharda, Asensio, and Chris Wood. Transfer 1 for who and bench 1. I guess I would do Chris Wood to Evan Nielsen, probably, and bench Asensio, I think. Yeah, Diaz starts... Yeah. We've already seen that one. Oh, I should put that in the bottom right, shouldn't I? I think Captain Isak is stupid. I wouldn't call it stupid, no. Any Saka news, will he start? He probably will. There's no news, though. Just like last time, but a little worse. Sarr to Diaz for a -4. Again, I don't hate selling Sarr for a -4, but I don't think most people need to do it. Bench Wood or Rogers. Rogers just about. Put £1 on Spurs winning the Champions. They ain't winning the Champions League. Not a chance. Is Evan Nielsen benched? I really hope not, because that would be quite annoying for a lot of people. Haaland, De Bruyne, Elanga, Sarr. Oh God, Haaland. I can already see so many names. I'm just not going to be able to process this at all. Haaland, De Bruyne, Elanga Sarr to Salah, Saka, Bowen, Marmoush -8. Probably not. Haaland, De Bruyne, Elanga to Marmoush, Salah, Saka -4. I mean, that sounds much better to me. You got to play Sarr then. Haaland, De Bruyne to Marmoush, Salah for free. Min lead by 2 points. I'd probably not take a hit and probably go for free. I think. I don't mind the -4. -8 seems a bit too much. Having Burmo, Rodgers, Bowen, De Bruyne, and Sarr. So play De Bruyne, Sarr, or take a -4. Yeah, I'd probably do De Bruyne -4 to Saka if you can. Rodgers to Semenyo. Rodgers, Semenyo, bench Sarr. Sarr, Sharda, bench Rodgers. Or stick to Isak to Evan. The first one sounds better to me. Bench Sarr, get Semenyo, Rodgers. Thinking of doing De Bruyne to Saka, you and I think just about everyone else at this point. Henderson to Raya. And Isak to Evan Nielsen for a -4. That would lead me to either bench Cunha or Rodgers. No, I wouldn't take the -4. I wouldn't even change the goalkeeper necessarily. Play Matoma or Cunha. Cunha. I'm not sure Matoma will start. I mean, Cunha's a doubt as well, but I think Cunha might start. Start Bradley or transfer for Kirkes. Start Bradley. Sarr to Semenyo or Bowen. Bowen or Isak to Evan Nielsen. I'd sell Sarr first. Starting Vardy. Would you start Ruben Dias over Konza? Yes. Yeah. 5 months. Thank you. Saliba to Kirkes. CDB to Bowen. Who's? Oh, KDB. Isak to Evan Nielsen for a -4. No, I wouldn't do the Isak move. I would just do the other 2 moves and save yourself a hit. That seems straightforward enough. De Bruyne is apparently benched, yes. There's no Cunha news at the moment. There's no Saka news at the moment. Like I said, we probably will get a little bit more than news than normal. It doesn't mean that we're going to get like everything you want, basically. Unfortunately. Do I get Ben White or do I get Saka? Am I muted? Oh, I'm not muted. I can see the line going up. I think Bradley will start. Wouldn't shock me if Trent starts, but I think it'll be Bradley. I'm going to put up a different poll now. I'm going to end this one because we've had quite a few, 20,000 votes on captaincy. Salah has won by quite a while, quite a bit. Start a poll. What combination? Okay, so plus White. I don't know why I'm putting this up because I already know what everyone's going to say. But this is basically what? Why can't I start that? Oh, hang on. Okay. Yeah, we've got 5 minutes left to make a decision. 14 minutes last week. Does Havertz start? I really wouldn't risk it because Marino could start there. Trossard could start there. Best sauce for a chicken fillet roll? Probably just classic mayonnaise, I would say. Should I do Isak Bowen or Isak Diaz or Diaz Bowen? I mean, if you've got a choice, Diaz and Bowen, but probably just because Isak might not start, but I think he will. So I'm going to say Isak and Bowen. Please make your move. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people making moves at the same time, so maybe don't get crashed out. Wait, who said? Where are you seeing Trent starts? You're the only person that's put that in the chat. Where are you seeing that? By the way, I would really be not careful. I'd really restrict the amount of super chats now because it's going to get chaotic in a second, I think. Yeah, it's going to get quite chaotic with all the stuff going on. I don't see Trent stuff anywhere, by the way. Watch LFC. Who's that? I've got them blocked. I know they've got 200,000 followers, but I've got them blocked. I think it'd be amazing if Trent starts, by the way. I'd love that. Not because of Bradley and FPL, because I think he kind of deserves it, but is anyone else saying that? Apart from that one account that I've got blocked. I don't know. If I've got them blocked, that probably means they've been wrong before, even if it's just I just block accounts because it's just easier to you know, track who is usually useful and not. Williams, Pickford to Raya House and -8 with bench boost active. Probably not. No, I wouldn't do either of those moves, I don't think. Vardiol to Kirkes or Visser to Evan Nielsen chasing. Probably Vardiol to Kirkes. Start Cunha or Rogers White. Rogers if you want security in minutes, otherwise Cunha. I need to make my move. Don't put any more super chats in. Danny, $50. Thank you very much. Thanks for a great season of content. Already done my boring Saliba to White move to defend a 5-point league. Nice, good luck. Who would you start? Sells, Milenkovic, Areola, Kilman. Areola or Milenkovic, I think. Ray, Areola, Konza, Kilman, Varda. What's the question? 2 free transfers, recommendations. Sarta, Semenyo, and one other move. Probably Saliba to White, something like that. Okay. Bruno starts. That's not surprising. But good for sure. I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to buy Ben White, and I think I'm going to massively regret it because I mentioned Saka so many weeks ago, Game Week 38 as my differential captain. Now I'm not even buying him. I don't believe that Salah bench shout at all. Because that'd be nuts to bench him this week. I think I'm going to go all in on the double Arsenal defence and back against Saka. I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to do it. Don't put stupid stuff in like Salah bench just to put me off because then I need to buy Saka. There's no way Salah's getting benched today after playing 37 games and chasing records. Okay, let me do this quick. I can't believe I'm keeping Cole Palmer. What an idiot. Okay, so Captain Salah, Vice Captain Evan Nielsen, keeping Isak. Isak better bloody start now. Cole Palmer, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me. All right, hang on. Okay. Points, pick team. We're locked. We are locked. Let me just double check on my other screen. Oh, what? Whoa. Oh, it didn't show Ben White then. Kind of panicked. Yeah, Bruno started. That was always likely. Captain Saka, good luck. You got less than 20 seconds to make your decisions. So make them quick. Is the page actually crashed for people? Twitter seems to be going quite slow. Palmer's not getting benched. They need Champions League. Don't tell me that Callum Wilson's playing instead of Isak. That will make me cry. As a Liverpool fan on Celebration Day, I went Diaz over Gordon and Evan Nielsen. Fingers crossed. Nice. Thanks for great season content. Thank you very much for watching. And we're locked. We are locked for We are locked for another season. You Captain Isak, don't mention Wilson. I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm sure you'll be fine. Let me just take a screenshot of the team. Let me take a screenshot of the team. Stuck on Welbeck for a punt. We'll get the team sheets for all teams in half an hour, which is good. Sorry, in 15 minutes. So we won't have to wait much longer. I just need Palmer to beat Saka. Before you all rush off, by the way, which some of you will already have done and you won't actually listen to this, I am doing a watch along for Game Week 38. So all the games are on at the same time. I'm doing that at 4 p.m. right till 6 p.m. And then I'm going to have a bit of a break for about half an hour. Then I'm going to do the knee-jerk stream once all the games have finished. If you want to join me for either of them, make sure you do later on. Otherwise, good luck in Game Week 38. And I'll see some of you next season, probably. I'm going to do the sleeper draw for Game Week 37 in a second. And well, I'm going to stay live until the team sheets are out. But I need to pee. So I'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Let me just mute my mic a second. Do you know what? I will just for a second. I'll put Phoenix back.
Birds and people are seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
And we're back. Let me just put this up here. Okay. A bit rude of us for KSI not to leak about Saka. I think he's going to stay. Are you staying all the way to the game? No, I'm going to... once the team sheets are out and we quickly look through them, I'm going to go offline and then I'll be back later. Ben White is a boring pick. Sure. Okay. Trossard does start. Where are you seeing that? Palmer won't start. I consider myself extremely unlucky if Palmer doesn't start in a game where Chelsea need to get Champions League. And he's their best player. But let's see. Do I have... I don't know if I think I wrote all the names down for Sleeper, but I can't... Yeah, I did. Okay, let me do this draw now. Random name generator. So this is for game week 37. I think all these people got 9 predictions correct. Let me just do this quickly here. Stream the random generator. Yeah. So I'm just going to do it. This is for the game week 37 £50 Amazon voucher through Sleeper. By the way, for anyone who's waiting on a voucher from me, I'm just going to do them all at the end of the season now. There's a few people I own. So Kazi Bonim, I'm going to message you. Actually, I'm going to do it right now. You've won a £50 Amazon voucher for game week 37. There'll be another £50 Amazon voucher for game week 38, and I'll draw that on the stream tonight. No way is Saka actually benched. No way. Where are you seeing that? How can you know that already? The teams aren't out yet. Two people said Saka bench like in quick succession, but nah, you're talking rubbish. Saka and Watkins bench. You're talking out. These people are just at. It's just nonsense. They're trolling me. Okay, let's just ban people. Just ban people. Unless you tell me where these leaks are coming from. Rice captain Saka's bench. Okay. Where are you seeing this though? Kazi Bonim. Oh. Palmer won't be benched. Hey. I'm just messaging the person for Sleeper. Game week 37. Just send me your Just send me your email for the voucher and I'll sort soon. Let's go back to this. You just started Welbeck over Watkins last minute. Oof. No, it's annoying. Team leaks. It's annoying. Fake team leaks. I don't care if it's the end of the season. Bradley starts according to Red Memorabilia, which FPL Rockstar has just retweeted. Salah, Luis Diaz, Gakpo is basically the team that's played most of the season, apart from no McAllister. Allison, Bradley, and Trent. Kanate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Gravenberch, Jones, Szoboszlai, Salah, Luis Diaz, Gakpo. Try asking ChatGPT if Salah is benched. Be interested to see what they'd say. Okay, we still got 7 minutes until the full proper lineups come out. Team News and Tick said Rice is captain, so Saka is benched. It could just be that Rice is captain, right? Maybe he's just getting the final game for whatever reason. I found the tweet. I've tagged you. I never really see tags anymore, to be honest. Yeah, I don't actually see where you tagged me. Is Saka still on penalties? I mean, presumably he would be, yeah. Team News and Tick said Rice is captain, so people are speculating Saka and Odegaard are bench. Oof. We'll see. We'll see. Is that the order? Saka, then Odegaard, then Rice? The game usually takes about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes to update, I think, although I've not really ever timed it. Trent's not starting, apparently. Apparently it's Bradley, which I think was the most likely. Saka doesn't need a rest. Yeah, I did speculate a little bit, like about a week or so ago, that Saka could get reduced minutes because there's nothing to play. Like once second place was confirmed, like he could get. I kind of by the end of the week, I kind of felt like he would start because, Arteta was talking about the, finishing high and points matter and all that kind of stuff. Now I see why you had that account blocked. Yeah, as soon as someone puts out fake news, I block them generally. So then next time someone says, well, this person said something, I know to be a little bit more wary about it. No Grealish at Fulham. We already knew that. Luis Savinio, Everici back in the squad. Okay, we don't know if they're starting, though. They'll probably bring Trent on in the 66th minute, possibly. Didn't he got like a shirt and stuff, like with 66 on the back, but you give it to them in training. Like, there's no way they would have done that if there wasn't all that boating. Okay, can we stop putting freaking team news in now? Team News and Ticks has been reliable in the past for Arsenal team news, like many times. Anyway, look, we'll find out in 5 minutes. We'll find out in 5 minutes. I'll be gutted if Evan Nilsson's benched. It could be brutal. In some ways, maybe getting Ben White was better because I've actually got a bench. Let me just tweet about this. I've seen a couple of people say that Liveramento's not playing, but that's not true, surely. Do you know what? I've just realised hang on. Let me go. I'm checking my draft. I really want to win my draft game today on Sleeper. I don't think there's many players free from Arsenal. Even Sterling's been taken, I think. Sterling's not starting today, surely. People just keep putting team news in, but where are you getting it from? Like someone's saying Kudus dropped, Calafiori start. I mean, Calafiori starting seems pretty obvious to me. I've got Callum Wilson and Isaacs in my draft team, so whoever doesn't start is getting sold straight away. Salah starting, we know that. Right, just relax for a second before we start worrying. Okay, now I know the reason why I don't wait until team news. You just get a load of people saying random stuff. Even worse in Game Week 38. Who is Arsenal club captain, by the way? Is it Saka or Odegaard? Whose number is Saka, right? Is it Saka then Odegaard, or is it Odegaard then Saka? What's the order? Or is it Odegaard then Rice then Saka? All right, let's just. Who's vice captain? Oh, then Saka, is it? Okay. So how do we know Odegaard's not benched and Saka starts and Rice is just captain for the day? Because why not? Team news on the way, and Newcastle have just tweeted team news on the way, and they've got a clip of Isak. That seems pretty good. I reckon Odegaard's benched, and I reckon Saka's going to start, and I reckon Rice is just captain. Why not? Why not? Let's see. Maybe just Arteta wanted to give Rice a chance at being captain because he's had such a good season. Oh, 1 minute till all the news comes in, and everything just gets spammed. Now Isak's going to start, surely. How directly runs the account? Come on. Put music on. I'm not going to put music on now. Why the cold face in the Newcastle? You're honestly, Alex, you can't. You must be so anxious playing this game. Quick. Isak starts. Mbermo starts. Evan Nielsen starts. Beto starts. Okay. Trent on the bench. Is Saka actually benched? Oh, no way is Saka actually benched. Oh, my God. For me, that's good, but like... Oh, Tierney's in. Saka's actually... Sterling... Oh, shit, I got to get Sterling in. I got to get Sterling in my draft team. Hang on. Before someone else grabs him. For Callum Wilson. No! Yeah, I got Sterling... I've got Sterling and Tierney for draft. I'm so surprised about that. For Spurs, Spurs team's quite strong, to be honest. Is Calafiori not playing? No way. Seriously? How can that guy not be playing? Give your White... Oh, so White's not playing... Oh, great. So White's not playing... What? Oh, my God. No Welbeck. What the actual... That's a joke. Welbeck's not even in the squad. Oh my God. No, Ben White is there. Ben White's playing centre-back, though. That sucks. I should have gone Kirkes. Should have gone Kirkes. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, hang on. Let me... Calafiori, that guy's constantly freaking injured, I swear. Who's starting? I'm trying. Areola benched. Hang on. Is Areola bench for Fabianski? I'm surprised they did that for an away game. Oh, Jesus Christ. Areola's benched as well. Cunha starts, yeah. Cunha starts. I know it's Fabianski's last game, but it's an away game, right? Doesn't mean as much as at home. Now, Enzo Fernandez starts. So does Palmer. Yeah, Matoma benching was always likely, I think. Watkins and Rogers starts. Tielemans is on the bench. Howson benched. Oof, that's harsh. I'm really randomly going through these teams. I'm not even like doing it in any sensible way. Does Adam Smith start for Bournemouth? Not that anyone cares that he does, yeah. Does Gruder start? No, up front for Arsenal is Wanyeri, Sterling, and Marino. Oh, no. Martinelli, Sterling, Wanyeri. Zinchenko, Marino, Rice midfield, I think. Let me have a look at Crystal Palace. I'm all out. It's not really nothing. Twitter's just rubbish. It's not loading properly at all. Mateta, Eze, and Sarr all start. It's pretty much full strength. Pretty much full strength from Palace. Villas, as you would expect. What's Man United? Ahmad, Fernandez, Mount. Oh, I need to get... Okay. My draft team is Tierney, Smith, and Botman. Sterling's going in instead of Manetzi. Adam, where's Diallo playing? So it's Lindelof, Matsurari, Maguire, Dorgu. Is Ahmad wing back? Hoyland, Mount, Fernand. Oh, someone take. I can't be asked to work it out. Yeah, no Luka Dean. I don't think Arsenal's clean sheet is in shambles with that team. Like, they're so much stronger than Southampton. Gruder starts. So does Minter. Does Madueke start? He does, right? Sorry, I'm I'm really looking at my. I'm looking at my draft team now. Yeah, Madueke starts. Does Fulkrug start? Is it Max Rowery wingback? It doesn't matter. I don't need him, to be honest. Adama 10. Ahmad 10, sorry. Oh, yeah, Fulkrug starts. All right, my draft team's looking pretty good. I've got Sanchez in goal. I've got Tierney, Smith, and Botman back three. My midfield... Actually, do you know what? I can just show you. Not that you're probably that interested, but I can just show you. Can you fill me in? If I just go on this... Oh, no, I can't actually show it. Oh, never mind. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with the draft team. Ben White centre-back kind of sucks, though, as a kind of attacking move for the final day. But I guess at least I didn't get Saka. Right, I'm going to shoot off anyway. Apologies if you bought Saka in. I thought he was going to start. Same with Welbeck. The Welbeck one came out of the blue. I don't think that's the first time this season that like this happened a few times now where like Welbeck or João Pedro's got an injury and we just haven't heard about it. Yeah. Anyway, right. I'll be back at 4 p.m. for the watch along. Let's see what happens. If you're not coming to the watch along with an Egypt stream later, thank you. Welbeck doesn't start. What are you on about? Was there like a fake lineup or something? No, Welbeck definitely doesn't start. What was I going to say? Thank you very much for joining me all season. And if you're not here for anything else, good luck in Game Week 38, and I'll catch you again next season. Enjoy your Sunday, whatever you're doing. But I'll be available for a few streams if you want to check in later on. Thanks once again, and I will see you soon-ish.